Hey, hey, SBG solution-based gang, like, share, subscribe. Say no to rim, brothers, mothers, fear and sell no good suckers. Hype him up, hype him up. Shouts out Sharoon, Bracy, and the Waters. Wake up morning show, salute, big dog, shout out to the Lurk. PH, Diva, salute, Brownsville, SBG solution-based gang.
Let's go! Good day, everyone. How are we doing today? Let's go, Miss J. Good day to you, beautiful. Happy Tuesday. And we're going to have a beautiful day. Hopefully it's beautiful wherever you at. Hopefully you're enjoying some good weather. It's nice and sunny. Where I'm at, it's cloudy and rainy. But it's all good. Starting with the early nonsense.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Taiwan with Ni Hao. Ni Hao Ma. Good day to you, sir. And you know how we like to start the day off with that great productive energy. So when I say good day to you, make sure you say that, because I can feel that great productive energy coming through the screen. Absolutely. Man, yet, shout out again. Another day, another man. What's going on? What's going on? I didn't even know Klay Thompson was just a douchebag. He was out there just putting his peen in everything. I didn't even know he was out there being a light-skinned bandit. I had no clue that that's what that man was doing. I had no idea whatsoever. It was news to me. I did not know Klay was a bandit. I thought he was a good old Christian man. I thought he came from a good old Christian family, that he didn't do none of this nonsense. What's up, D440? I just couldn't believe my ears. And then now we got Nicki Minaj husband. He might be sent back to Queens because he got another young lady pregnant while he is married to his beautiful Nicki Minaj. MAGA Minaj. Is this a true story? I don't know. What is going on with our brothers? Why we keep crashing out like this? What up, Kills? Good day to you. Salute to you, my good brother. Salute to Kills. Good day to you, my brother. Happy to see you here. Good day to you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Kills. It's a good brother right there. And Shadow, I don't know. I don't understand what's going on out here. Like, you ever notice how every week, entertainment, there's a new dude who's allegedly, can I say, dangerous. And the internet treats it like it's a new Marvel villain dropping. What's up, Angie? What's up, Angie? Like, coming this summer, another man in the entertainment industry who might be a problem. And a trailer always starts the same way. Based on true events and Instagram lives. And now, the latest episode stars Joseline Hernandez. And I believe we pronounce his name Lemuel Plumer from the Zeus. That good day to you, the beautiful rogue. See how you doing to you. Be schnazy. What's up, the Pelly Politic? Who's this new avatar? What is this? I see you already got a wrist. Or somebody that I know. It's somebody that I used to know. You didn't have to cut me off. Okay. Shout out to the beautiful HQ doing her damn thing. Good day, Southern Child. Shout out to the petty politic out there grinding, doing numbers, doing excellent work. Shout out to the petty politic. And we got from the Zeus Network, right? Bruh, from the Zeus Network. That's where I know it from. And the whole platform looks like every time I hear somebody talk about this platform, the Zeus Network, the whole platform looks like it was created after somebody said, hey, what if we took reality TV and removed the reality part? Like, how about we do that? Good day to you, Renee. Every show on Zeus looked like it was filmed 5 minutes after somebody said, say it to my face. That's what that show looked like. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. What up, kid? What you talking about? Kim Ease is wild. It looked like that's what it looked like. It like that show is filmed. They take the reality part, and 5 minutes after somebody say "Say to my face," that's when they turn the goddamn cameras on. And now Joseline is on live saying that this man threatened her, and she's not alone. We have Christine Rod. Didn't she say something like that? Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. This other lady, this young lady named Christiana Salgado, she was saying it. Y'all could correct me if I was wrong. Even a dude, Aaron the plumber. Even the dude, Aaron the plumber, he was saying stuff about this man being dangerous. Can a man be dangerous to men and women? Now according to the brothers that nah, these brothers ain't having it. These brothers are not having any kind of talk like that. Ain't no way that this man is like that. No, ain't no way. Let me make sure. Because I need some help with this. Because, I don't really know about the gossip like that. I don't do the TMZ too often, but I am going to use it. I am going to use it. And I just got somebody up. I'll be up in a sec. I'm going to finish up my thought. But I am going to use it as a way to have my conversation. Because a lot of interesting things been happening as of lately. Even the dude, Aaron the plumber. And once the plumber starts speaks it out, that's when it's serious. Plumbers don't talk unless the pipes burst. If a plumber's like, yeah, he threatened me too, I'm like, oh, this man is dangerous across industries. But here's the part that always gets me. Every time a woman says a man in power threatened her, the man responds like he's reading from the Narcissist Handbook, Chapter 1. That's what he does every single time.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Conversation with MJ with the 20 balls. He said, good day, Sharon. Good day to you, beautiful. Glad you're covering us in the clouds. Thank you so much, beautiful. Always holding me down. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You don't even know. Really do. Right? And so we understand every time a woman says a man in power threatens her, the man responds like he's reading from the Narcissist Handbook, Chapter 1. Gaslighting for beginners. He hits the classic line. What's the classic line that every man hits the woman with? She's crazy. They all say it. They all say it. She's crazy. That's chapter 1. Bruh, that's the oldest trick in the book. Men been using that since the caveman days. Caveman drags woman by the hair. Woman says, you heard me? Caveman says, ugh, you emotional. And Lumi came out with the same playbook. He didn't address the behavior. He didn't address the accusations. He said, look at her. Look at her past. And that is the narcissist remix. Look over there. It's like if you caught somebody stealing your car and they say, yeah, but remember that time you cheated on your diet? That's what they do. You know they was doing that to me yesterday. Sir, that has nothing to do with the missing Honda. And the wild part is this is a pattern. And it's a real big pattern. Every time someone speaks up about a powerful man, the response is never let's investigate. It's always, nah, she tripping. She's a liar. It's like the industry has a customer service script. Caller, hi, I'd like to report a threat. Have you tried being quiet? I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. But let's be real. Joseline is not the type to lie quietly. She's going to tell the story, reenact the story, sing the story, choreograph the story, and then drop possibly a diss track about the story. And honestly, that's why people believe her. Because she don't lie small. If she lies, it's going to be a Broadway production. Yeah. That's what it's going to be.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Time Wise with the 10 boy. It says like, share, subscribe. That wasn't a question. That's a request. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the book, Paycheck to CEO. Thank you so much for the plug, for the shameless plug. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Shadow the Titan Wise. Thank you. Right, so if she is going to lie, it's going to be Broadway production. But here's the thing. When multiple people say the same thing about the same man, that's not a rumor. That's more like a Yelp review. 3 stars. Threaten me. Would not recommend. And the men and women who defend these dudes always say the same thing. Women be lying. Bruh. Nigga. Men lie too. Men lie so much, they lie in they sleep. Men lie so much, they lie in their sleep. You ever see a man wake up and lie before he even open up his eyes? Who texted you at 3 a.m.? I was asleep. Your phone was in your goddamn hand. I sleep like that. But the real issue, is power. Power makes people feel untouchable. Power makes people think consequences are optional. Power makes people say things like, who's gonna check me? And the answer is always the same. The internet checks you. Everybody checks you. You could be the Pope. If the internet decides you wrong, you wrong. And Zeus Network, right? That whole place feel like the Hunger Games of reality. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's yelling. Everybody's traumatized. And the producers are in the back, like, hey, beautiful, give me more. But the moment somebody says, hey, the boss might be dangerous, suddenly everybody's confused. Dangerous? Him? This little skinny man with the funny glasses that is the son of a preacher? The man who profits off of chaos? No way. No way. You know, like it's like being shocked that the owner of a haunted house is creepy. But here's the deeper point. When women speak out about men in power, the world always wants them to be the perfect victims. Quiet, polite, respectable. Joseline, she's none of that. She's loud, she's messy, she's chaotic. But that doesn't mean she's lying. Sometimes a lot of people tell the truth because they are tired of whispering. And, you know, this industry weaponized a woman's past. Oh, she used to do this. Oh, she used to be that. Everybody used to be something. You used to be broke. You used to be insecure. You used to have that goddamn dumbass haircut that you regret. But your past doesn't erase your present. And the funniest part, men with the worst past be the first ones to judge. A dude with, you know what my girl Deep said, a dude with 3 baby mamas, 2 evictions, and a suspended license would say she's unstable. Sir, you live in instability. Let me close with this so I can bring up the 2 people that's been patiently waiting. All I'm saying is this: when multiple people, men and women, say the same thing about someone in power, we gotta stop acting like it is a coinky-dink. Patterns matter. Behavior matters. Power matters. And the entertainment industry needs to stop pretending it's shocked every time a powerful man is accused of being dangerous at this point. It's not a plot twist. It's a return. And the Zeus Network, they might need to rename it because right now, you know, it's giving more toxic Avengers. What's up, Kills? Good day. So that was my spill. I don't know.
Nah, salute to that, man. You know, salute to the chat, salute to the playback, salute to the
I think I was cooking.
Man. Yeah, you was cooking with fresh grease, you know what I'm talking about? Because I've been watching Joseline for a long time, man. You gotta protect her at all costs. I don't care what these dudes in these spaces say. Call me what you want to call me. I like Joseline. And I like Stevie J, because Stevie J from Rochester, yo, he actually from my block. So I like Stevie. Ladies, get on the bus. Get on the bus.
No. Oh
no! You remember he used to say that. So
but what's up, Happy? What's up with you? What's your thoughts?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up? Hi, everybody. I have a lot of thought. Well, I agree with what you were saying, Sharon. But yeah, that guy has a lot to him. It's a lot with that guy for sure. I believe it. Natalie has came out on and off on him a million different times. Almost every girl has said something about Lemmy doing little crazy stuff in the background, and we see it all the time. Even if you don't watch the show, there's like a million T pages all the time, and it's always somebody going at him. And the first thing he does is he'll get to typing online on his story like as if everybody's crazy. So everybody's crazy the moment they say something to him. Oh, well, look at the show. She's fighting. As if he didn't set all this crap up. It's totally insane.
Wow.
Okay. Absolutely.
Awesome. Welcome to the show. welcome to the show, the Supreme Vaginal Vessel, PhD Diva. How you doing today?
Very moist. Very what's
That
up?
was crazy.
Wow. Wow. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Hold on.
Oh
I'm
Lord.
so
A trip. What's Betty PhD? Oh my goodness.
Hold on. I'm so innocent. I'm about to say, damn, you was walking in the rain? My dumb ass.
Look, what happened? I just wanted to know
Damn.
what happened because I haven't heard anything. Like I saw something briefly saying Joseline, but I didn't even stop to read it. So what did the guy do to her?
He threatened her. He said he gonna kill her ass. He gonna kill her unborn child because she is a pregnant lady.
Oh Lord.
He said he gonna be shoot. He said you better not come down to Miami filming no goddamn or no competition network because you know she started her own network.
Oh, okay, good, Joseline.
Yeah, but she's supposedly still in contract with the Zeus network, and she supposedly signed a non-compete clause or something of that nature. But she's saying she's not in competition, and it's up to her. He threatened her saying, "Hey, you cannot do this other network. You gotta work with me, and if you don't work with me, you gonna be working with the goddamn great."
He got upset because she started working with the Now That's TV guy, or he's seen them together, and they said they had something in the works. Now That's TV is in direct competition with Zeus, though. You know what I mean? Like as you see, a lot of the girls from both networks have switched networks and everything like that. You know, you see the baddies on. A lot of them come from Now That's TV and all that other stuff, right? So he's seen them together, and he did text her and say, "Well, you're working with blah blah blah, whatever." And yeah, so if not for her own thing, definitely for sure. Now he has an excuse now to keep her money because she's supposed to be getting paid for life from him, right? And yeah, so she's definitely upset about that. But the rumor is she's not really pregnant, and she's making this all up so that she could fake an abortion for the sympathy. I don't know. This is just what the girl. Have y'all heard of Gorgeous Doll? I think she's on Let Me Say It. She came out and on it.
Happy. You just talking about gossip, or you talking about something that you actually know?
No, I'm talking about this right here. It's come out with it, like the videos together of the whole Joseline, Lemmy, and Gorgeous Doll has been inserted into it. Yeah. It's a lot for real.
Yeah, so that's the story.
As of March 22nd.
You ain't gonna stop talking. Okay.
Oh no, I thought you. Oh, go ahead.
Let me process the information that you told me.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
So what I said and what Happy said, PhD, but that was a lot that was said. So I don't know if you was able to process all that quickly. Maybe not. Diva's still trying to figure it out.
I don't know. See, my thing is, right? My thing is, oh, I don't want to cut nobody off. I apologize.
You go ahead, Kels.
Yeah, my thing is, right? I haven't watched, I haven't been following Joseline for a very long time, right? And watching her moves or anything like that. But far as I know of watching her over the years, I don't see her to cap about nothing. I don't know the other dude. I really don't know what's going on. But me knowing Stevie J, like the things I hear, because he's from my community or whatever the case may be, or Joseline, me watching her on TV and seeing their relationship works. Joseline don't be capping, bro. She's not known to be like lying about this and lying about that.
But it seems like I didn't do a good enough job to use this story as just a copy builder. I'm not necessarily talking about these two. I'd never actually talk about the two individuals that is in the actual news.
Right.
Even when I'm
That's a
having
fact.
a conversation about Clay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion, yes, I'm using those two characters, but I'm talking about a greater topic. Like even with this, I'm not
Okay.
necessarily talking about Zeus Network and how messy they are, or whatever they have
Mm-hmm.
going on behind the scenes and all that. I'm actually using it
Yeah.
as a catalyst to propel the conversation of dangerous, powerful men and how they will attempt to be. They'll use this narcissistic behavior of they would attack somebody and then they will act as if they could use your past against you. They would say something like, "Hey, she's crazy. She's always loud. She does drugs. She's been arrested. She's a stripper. She twerked before." They would do things to a female that is in a Jocelyn-esque personality or a
Right.
caricature, right? So they would use that type of prototype of a female, use her, do whatever they want to her, disrespect her, beat her up, threaten her, take it from her, and all these things, and then they would try to use her character as a way, like, no, she's just crazy, and that's
But
what I'm really
that's
to have a conversation.
Oh, okay. So you saying, okay, they would use her intellectual property, which is being crazy, being that or whatever, whatever, but still profit off of it though. So that's like kind of demonic anyways though. If she crazy or whatever, why are you still working with her? Why are you still trying to capitalize off of her and paint a picture that black women are like this though? You still painting the image though. You know what I'm saying?
But
You
that's
still
his
making
whole
money.
kills, right?
It's
But
still
that's not
crazy, bro.
kills. You're right, but that's what he does. He's been doing that since the beginning. That's his whole network. Is based upon that.
Right. That shit is
Right, but
demonic.
right, you're saying that's his whole night. So you're saying men on a regular street, on regular day basis, do they do that as well? They would go
Some
after
do.
the stripper, they go after the Instagram model, they'll go after the low hanging
Yeah.
fruit type of woman, do what they want to her,
Passport bro.
and then when they suck on that scopolamine nipple, they will blame everybody else but themselves. They say,
That's a fact. Siobhan, they
Exactly.
not trying to get the Liberian chick to get on these networks. They not trying to get the Liberian chick. They not trying to get the so-called black woman who's in a law firm to be on these networks. Like you said, they're gonna get the lay hanging fruit type of chicks. Know what I'm saying? And be on their broadcast to get their views, their sponsorships, and all of that up. But knowing that the consumer, like me or everybody else that's in the chat, nigga, we love Jocelyn though. Like,
that's
yo,
it.
fam, you not
Y'all
about it.
stuck on the actor. I get it. Y'all stuck
Nah,
on the actor
I ain't
person.
going front. Yeah, I ain't
Let
going
me
front,
also
Sarah. I ain't going front.
let me okay. Let me also welcome into the show, La Reina. Good day to you, La Reina. What's your thoughts?
Hey, Grand Rising. So
Good
I'm
day.
listening and I hear y'all, but I feel like this falls back a lot on the woman at some point. She may need to take accountability for her character. And if she's going to, you, as a woman, I was always raised that everything that you do can come back to bite you. You don't know where your future is going to go, and your character needs to stay consistent. So they're not
Mm.
going to go after the librarians and such because that's the drama and the things that the characters that are needed in order for them to grab these low bearing fruits, it's not in them. So I definitely feel like at some point these ladies need to take accountability for their part and where they're at right now. And like for instance, what's that one girl? She was
So you
on
saying that the
Flavor
girl?
Flav.
So you saying the woman she needs to be responsible for being victimized?
Yes. Yes,
Wow.
because you have a history, you have a past, and you're consistent with that character.
So if I have a history of being ghetto and somebody comes
Hmm.
in and exploits that from me, that is my fault that they exploited me 100%. I get it. Some of it
No,
is
not 100%. Not 100%. No, I can't say 100%. But I
okay.
can say that it is a portion of it is your fault because you did choose to be that character. And I mean, albeit at that time you may have been younger, you may have made that choice for your reasons.
Mm,
but you have the opportunity and chance to change and to show that you've changed. And Jocelyn has been the same character. That's why, like he said, I can agree with them. Jocelyn does not lie. She that part I have never seen her do. So
mm.
that would, that's her character. Okay. But she's also very aggressive. She's also she's a little she's ghetto. She has the attitude, and so it's like it's going to be her words against this other person's words. And unfortunately, because of her past and her history, they are going to take that into accountability with who she probably is right now, since we have not seen any like dramatic change.
So my issue with it is this: like, just because she's ghetto, loud, and sniff some cocaine, that doesn't mean now you get to just threaten me and tell me you're going to kill me, and now nobody should believe me that you are saying those things because I'm loud, ghetto, and sniff coke.
No, but she does have to take into consideration why it is that it's going to make this is going to be harder for people to believe.
Hmm.
I'm not saying it's 100% her fault because it's not. Like I've been in those situations where I was going through my own like version of abuse and such, and I didn't
Hmm.
have people believe me, and I know how that feels. But
And
she
so,
does
all
have
right,
to.
so with that situation, are you saying that using a similar situation where your life could be seen as wild, and so people use your past to make it seem like you are the crazy one and not the person that's actually doing the wild stuff to you?
That is correct. Yes. And I had to sit down with myself and I had to consider what is it about my past? What is it about who I was and who I am now that would cause people? And I had to make those changes. And I had to make those changes because, like, I don't want to ever be stuck in that situation again. This is not the first time that I don't think this is the first time that Jocelyn's been in something like close to this, where there's someone saying something or speaking or, doing stuff to her and then she has to come out and defend herself. But um, yeah, I just feel like some of the females, they do need to sit down and actually ask themselves, well, what is it about me, about my past? What have I posted on social media that although I
Hmm.
may have taken it down, somebody still got a screenshot of it and they could run those receipts? Like all of those things they have to consider when they're coming out, just like all the men had to do the same thing.
So,
The
you
female
said the
what?
men. Go ahead, Diva.
Oh no, I just had a question because she said all the females need to, and I'm like, the female what?
I'll sit
What are
down
we
and ask
talking about?
yourself those questions.
No, no, no. I'm asking what species of females are we talking about?
The females that are in the spotlight, like Jocelyn and uh, all the other like popular celebrity females that are going through
Instagram
these things.
models,
Yeah.
But
strippers.
baby,
I'm talking
you
about
don't
those
even
type of people.
realize what I'm asking you. I asked you what species of female. Do you know what that means?
Mm,
No, ma'am.
A female could be a monkey, a female could be a dog, a female can be a tadpole. And so if we're talking about adult
mm,
female humans, then usually those are called women, not females.
gotcha. Hmm, I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So by calling us females, you're actually dehumanizing women. And you probably didn't realize it
Oh
because
wow.
apparently your brain is so male centered. But that's what you're doing.
Okay.
I'm just educating you, love.
I mean, you're allowed to have your opinions.
No, it's not an opinion. Words have meanings. That's what a dictionary is for. And so my
Okay.
this isn't my opinion. That's what the word actually means.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. You
Well, the
cannot
thing
call
is
a.
though, she's sitting up here
Mm,
talking about what women need to do, but she can't even take correction herself. When I just
Who
corrected
said I
her on her
couldn't take
word usage,
correction? All
she
I said
can't
was
even take the
okay.
correction herself when it's something as minor as just highlighting the fact that she was using the word inappropriately and that there's a better word choice that she could have used, right? But something as simple as that, she's resistant to. And so all these women who come up here trying to tell women what they need to be always got some glaring weaknesses of their own that they really should be investing that time into reflecting on and figuring out how to, develop that part of themselves.
Amen.
This to the table. I might just grab your attention for a minute. I ain't trying to disrupt the atmosphere or the universe or Star. I don't know if you know Star from Buck Wild, right? And he always say this: 90% of men are not men. Some of them are boys. So in this
He said,
situation, can it be like the same type of thing? Yeah, he
No,
said
dummy,
90%
because
of
she
men
didn't
are
say
really not
girls.
men.
She said
They boys.
females. That's the difference, right? She didn't even say girls.
So
That
females
would
and
be the same
women,
thing as what the boy said.
all
Tell her
females not
stupid
women.
ass up.
I'm going on you. Yeah,
Right.
I ain't
Thank
about to
you.
rumble and tumble with you, man. It's too early in the
Right, because
morning.
you're going to be rumbling and tumbling right on up out of here.
so yeah, so I mean, it's a great point. Nobody's gonna call a dog a woman, right? They're going, so you got to put everything in its proper place. So that's a very good catch that I was even missing, and I got to do better at that. I ain't gonna miss it again though. I just do believe it's interesting that the woman is the one that is getting reprimanded, right? And the male is like, "Hey, it's just business as usual." So what? That he's a little bit narc. He got a successful business, and it is okay for him to do narcissistic things and use her past against her. That's, to me personally, just not okay for people to take advantage of the so-called weaker vessel. The so-called, he's using all these women as the star of his show. He is the one that's producing all these fights, these hostile situations for females to fight each other in the first place. And also, he's doing threats behind the scenes as well. And Joseline is not the only one that's come out and said something about this man being a very dangerous man. Also,
That's
Krishan
a
and this
fact.
other girl named Christina. Also, Aaron the plumber. A man even said that this man is very
Right.
dangerous. So, like, why is it so many men in the month of April coming out to be so goddamn dangerous if they so peaceful?
Well, I don't know why that is. Maybe because it's getting hot. You get what I'm saying? Usually when it gets hot, you start to see a lot of people's true colors. Like, you know how they say, right? They start shooting. Well, I don't know. Anyway, like, in the summertime. Do you remember? Anyway, it
Okay.
gets hot. People get violent. It just is what it is. I guess that's some type of scientific thing or whatever. Anyway, some type scientific thing, right? My thing is this though, right? Whether Joseline is pregnant or not, right? But let's say that she is. No. I just want to point out this real quick, right? Because remember, he just had a baby, right? Let me just
Hold
had
on
a
one
baby
second.
with
Hold on
Scotty.
one second, Happy. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Diva. Hey, Diva. Am I not doing a good job of using these people as a way to have a conversation to the greater conversation? I'm
I
not really
wasn't done.
actually,
If you would have
but
let
I'm
me
not
finish,
really.
you would have heard. I'm not even going into the rest. Listen, I was just trying to add that he is not only just a narcissist, like you claim, that he is also a hypocrite. That was the point I was going to add on top of that. Because again, he just had a baby last month with this chick. He didn't want nobody stressing out his baby mama, right? Over there. But yet now Joseline's pregnant. Here he come on the internet with all this BS just a month later. You get what I'm saying? Not even a whole month later with the same crap. That's all I was getting to. That was my point. But thank you for not letting me get there and not letting me get there. I appreciate you. No, I'm following you, Sharon. You ain't gonna try to play me like I don't understand. Okay, babe? Like, where am I? All right. I'm on mute. Bye.
Welcome to the show, Shadow the Titan. Good day, sir. How you doing today? What are you going to say that is caping for the brothers today?
Well, not yet. I'm good.
You sound a little far away. I don't know if you meant to
Can you
sound
hear me?
that far away or you just far away
No,
from your phone.
I was far away from the phone. I said, well,
Okay.
not yet. I'm just here.
So what is your thoughts, Shadow, on these narcissistic men that would try to go after the Instagram model, the stripper, the loud girl, and then when she start acting how she acts, they use that against her. So they use the so-called low-hanging fruit to go after her and act as if she is the crazy one, where they are the ones that is doing the most to the young lady. What is your thoughts on that, Shadow?
Look, I was just surprised you even called them low hanging fruit. That threw me off.
Oh, we can't hear you, my brother.
Hold up.
We can't hear you at all.
I'm gonna reset. I'll be back.
All right, so while Shadow get his microphone ready, Lorena, now that we know it, we got to say women and girl, we got to be very specific about what we are communicating about.
Yes.
You gotta be specific. We got to make sure we know what we're talking about. What is the issue with men this month being so dangerous towards women? Why is this starting to be seem like it's a build up to what the summer's going to be?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not a man. I do not speak on behalf of them in that way. I don't know. I mean, I don't know because we don't know all the facts. Only the two people that are involved in the relationship actually know all the facts. So we don't know the nuances of what's going on in the relationship. We're not there to see it.
So, for
So
example,
Mhm.
Lorena, we got Joseline and this guy, right? He threatened her. We also got over 10 women that were deleted by their significant others this month. We also have the lieutenant governor. He killed himself. He deleted himself and his wife. We got a young man in New York City. He tried to holler at some young girl. He picks her up and slams her on the ground and then stomps her on the head. Like, it is a thing that it seemed like it is ramping up as we keep moving through this year, 2026. And I've been trying to get my brothers to understand what is actually happening outside, so this way we can get a hold of that. But so my question to you, why is it ramping up so much? What is it? Is it the rhetoric that these men are hearing? Is it what is going on with our men that they are starting to act out with violence?
I feel like the more that we're continuing to go on, the more that men are starting to hate women. So your platform is one of the very first since I have been like just perusing on YouTube that I have found where every other line isn't about women bashing in some way or form. Yours is one of the first. So it is a place where I feel like it's safe, where like my mind can actually not feel like it's in constant defense mode. But a lot of the men that have a platform here on YouTube, they use that platform to consistently bash women. I don't know what is this with this. What is it? 304 or 304 804, something like that. Women or whatever that they call these. I don't
Yeah,
know what that is,
a
but I do
304
know.
a 304 is what they call because in a calculator 304 you turn it upside down, it spells hoe.
Oh, wow. Okay, see, I had no idea. So I just know that every other platform that I go on, that a man is sitting there, he's like, "Oh yeah, come on in." It's like constant, like every other line is bashing women. There's a lot of them that I have unsubscribed from and just like removed myself from because it's like, do you like men? I'm confused. If you don't like men, like, why are you constantly bashing? And when are you going to start asking yourself, what is it about me that's attracting this type of female? Because there's something in you that makes these 304 women feel like you are approachable, like you are attainable. So when that's the only thing that I could see is like men are really coming out where they're just hating women and they're showing it. Now they're starting to put it into action.
Nice. Okay, I like that. Okay, we got Shadow. He's trying to drain the stress from his head by grabbing his forehead and the brim of his nose. He's very hot in different ways. The sun is hot, and his
Whoa, pause.
attitude is keeping up. So, Shadow, what is it that Lorena said that you want to comment on, or what you disagree? It seemed like you disagreed on some of the things that she said. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't disagree with her fully, but I think she's I don't know the phrase for it in Black terminology, so I'm gonna skip it. But what I'm saying is, I think she said this channel has a outside perception of not being woman bashing, but sometimes it seems to bash men, which isn't necessarily it doesn't quite equal out. Though I can admit that there's a lot more positive messages here, but like I've actually met Aaron the plumber. Like, dude and his wife, he's actually a pretty cool dude. Like, he's chill. He's not a bad guy, but he'll scrap for sure. Like, he's ready to fight. That's just kind of his personality. So does that make him dangerous? Yeah, technically. But,
me bringing out the things that men are doing, you consider that bashing?
Oh no. Let me make sure I'm clear about that. When you bring very specific circumstances and you can explain that those are individualized men, no, that's just reporting what's happening and the facts behind it. But if you use that to say that men do this, that it's a man trait, then yeah, it's kind of man bashing by definition, because it's generalizing a lot of men into the same conversation, when most men are kind of pussy, if we're gonna be real about it.
So you think pussy men hit women, or they don't hit women?
Oh, absolutely. But most of them can't hit. They couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Like, they're not really about fighting at all.
Against another man, you mean?
No, I mean, period. Look.
No, against another man.
You ain't never. Well, yes, as well, but
yeah,
also
but you also
you're trying to change what I'm saying.
No, you said just now that these pussy men put their hands on women.
They could, but again, I don't believe a bulk of them do. Like, just, stats kind of go with that.
You definitely said that most men do.
I definitely.
You definitely said that most men. You said that the pussy men. I don't like that phrase, but you said the pussy men do put their hand on a woman.
Yes, but I did not say most. I'm particular about saying things like that. But I wouldn't have said most. And again, yes, they do, but I'm not going to generalize that and say all. You know what? Using the phrase pussy man doesn't make sense, because vaginas are super tough. So we need to call them something different. Anyway.
And also, Shadow, would you calling a man pussy, would that be considered man bashing?
I mean, yeah, sure.
If the shoe fits.
If the shoe fits, yeah.
All I'm saying is that I haven't bashed a man yet. All I did was point out some of the negative things that men do, and I want them to improve. That's all I do.
Did you try to generalize men in that sentence, sir?
Did I try to? I don't have to try to do it. The stat says it all.
Sharon, do you not hear how you just confirmed what I said, what you just denied?
No, what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that I am communicating to. So this man, this Zeus Network guy, we don't have no evidence that he actually put fists to cuffs on any woman, but he's threatening women.
His baby mama. Baby mama, Scotty.
He's using finances to threaten women. He's using other ways to
abuse women.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the problem is that when we try to have this conversation, a lot of my brothers like yourself, we try to act like we want to isolate it into the proven fact that most men are not putting hands on, because there's no convictions to prove that situation. That's when we begin to have an issue with, because we try to ignore everything else that's happening around. Like, for example, if that young man in New York City was not videotaped of him picking up a 14-year-old girl, slamming her on the concrete, stomping on her head, while other people was around, it was another young man videotaping it. All of this was happening.
So why was another young man videotaping it and not stopping it?
That's okay. So now you are starting to understand. So that man that's videotaping it, he's dangerous. That man that did the act, he's dangerous. The other young men that was around it, they are all dangerous. They are all in the same boat to me. But for some reason, when we have this conversation, you needed to be exactly, did he physically pick up and throw her and stomp on her? If he didn't do that, therefore you consider those other 4 young men that was around there not as dangerous because all they did was be witnesses to it.
Yeah, I mean, being complacent to violence is just as bad as actually committing the act. But I see violence differently. I think violence has a point, and I don't think a man should ever actually be violent towards a woman because it's unnecessary. Just the stress dynamic makes that unnecessary.
By the way, that young man that did it to that young girl, he did not know her. She was walking to school.
Oh, it's a random act of violence?
Yes, he was walking to school, 14 years old, and he said, "Hey, how you doing? Beautiful." And she says, "I'm okay, I'm going to school." And he put violence on this young lady, and his friends videotaped it.
No,
that's accessory.
I'm the crazy
I
one.
hope all of them go to jail.
Y'all say that these things don't happen, and I'm telling y'all, hey, look, y'all keeping a blind eye because you see the good in yourself, that you tend to not see the danger in other men, what they are saying, and the words that they are communicating, how it can lead to that situation that happened to that young 14-year-old girl in New York City streets.
Hold up, I'm gonna say this: if it's
God.
set up like that, absolutely, that was not a random act of violence. That was a play. If they were all right there doing that, and keep in mind, a group of men can be just as violent as a single man. No, that play doesn't even sound right. Even on gangs, bro, that doesn't sound right. There's something missing in that story. They pre-planned that attack for whatever the case is.
Right,
but he's still dangerous.
The problem is, I don't care if they pre-planned it, if it was random. The problem that y'all are missing is that y'all keep saying that it is not the majority of men that are doing these things.
Right.
Which I still stand on.
Right, but what I'm saying is that life is not proving y'all correct.
Shadow. When a man.
Hold on, Kels. And y'all can't keep trying to use the goddamn conviction rate as a way to prove that it is not happening. You cannot keep using your circle of 3 good men. You got 3 good friends. 2 of them is your goddamn brother. And then you said, look, all your friends is 3 people.
Right, but Sharon, that's not even what I'm getting at. We had a conversation less than 2 weeks ago talking about how most men are afraid of like we were talking about men not being able to stand on shit anymore, especially when it comes to physicality, male or female, because there's a lot of women who will beat feet on a dude. So what I'm saying is I hear what you're saying, but I'm still saying a majority of men aren't built like that.
That's not true. Joseline, do you think she'll put hands on a man?
I don't even know who Joseline is. I'm reading up on her right now.
Well, everybody else in the world that do know her would believe that she will. But guess what? A man threatened her and she is scared for her life, supposedly. So even the woman that's willing to fight back, when a man is proven that he's willing to whip a woman ass in a proper sense, she's gonna fall back and be afraid as well.
That's fair.
Okay, so therefore you cannot use the fact that there's women out there that's willing to do whatever. That's not a good excuse.
I'm not standing on that point, bro.
What is going on in the world today?
Sharon, that's not what my point is at all. What I'm saying is you keep trying to generalize, saying all men are dangerous to most women. That's not accurate. Or most men. Sorry, you didn't say all. Hold up. I'm not gonna lie on you. I bet. But most men move like this. That's crazy though. Like I can't support that sentence.
Okay, so now if I pull up a video of a dude that had maybe like 300 to 500 people in his chat, and he said, yeah, domestic discipline needs to come back. A man or a husband that has a girlfriend, he deserves to have the right to slap his woman in the face if he deems that it is the proper thing to do, because she won't shut up. And majority of the men in that chat was in agreement to it. What do you say to that?
I say that his chat is catered, or his chat is responding to what he's catered. Like he has
Okay,
a fan
fine.
base
You
based on his
don't
Twitter.
consider that as a big group of agreements. What about the
No.
62 million men that was all conjugating to the same website that was figuring out ways to take it from their wives? What about that?
I think they're misrepresenting that website. There's 62 million people who went to that site, the site that we've already talked about. Not 62 million people who went to that section of the site. Like, again, if we're going to bring up numbers, but keep in mind, they do have 2,000 active members. They have concurrent streams. Again, so there's 2,000 or 3,000 super dangerous men that we can count on out of that 60,000. That number still
62 million. 62 million.
That's even worse for that point, Dan. Okay, we got 2,000 active members in that section of a site that has 62 million views. You see what I'm getting at? Like that doesn't even. But hold on, keep in mind, there's worse things on that site. So if we look at it in full context, then there's more. But you brought up something specific, so I brought up something specific.
So and there go the issue that every time we bringing up facts that it is way bigger than what you're trying to minimalize it to is the issue that I'm having with my brothers. We keep acting as if because we didn't catch them on a downstroke act, therefore we cannot count it. That is a problem. That is a lack of discernment.
Sean, while I understand what you're saying, I'm saying that to make the narrative that most men are dangerous is dangerous in itself. That creates a culture of paranoia with a group of people who need to learn how to trust each other. Really, that doesn't make any sense to do. Like regarding solutions, that's all I'm trying to get at. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying
the solution. So your idea of the solution means what? That you should trust all men until they prove otherwise?
No, I said, but I believe that you shouldn't automatically put most men in the section of dangerous until otherwise proven. Because if you start at a negative, you'll remain negative. That's just human nature. But if you start neutral, then figure out where people are by getting to know who they are. Like, even in surprises happen, risks happen. We had that conversation yesterday. But again, the way that you're saying it is that all women should be cautious of most men. And that's insanity. That it will literally rip a culture apart faster. That's what ripped Rome apart. Like those are the kind of things that end civilizations because you're creating enemies within each other. It doesn't make sense to do that.
Let me ask Lorena. Lorena, do you have any any type of men figures that was in your life that was protective of you?
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that question one more time?
Did you have any men figure in your life that was like protectors of you?
Oh yes, I mean I have a father. Yes.
Okay. And so out of the men that were in your life, who did they tell you to watch out for when you go out at nighttime, when you meet somebody for the first time? Who did they tell you to watch out for?
Men.
You saying that her father was incorrect by saying that, Shadow?
No, I mean I understand why.
I'm curious to know how Shadow sees majority of men. I really would like to know what his views are on the majority of men, because it seems like he has a completely different perspective of what men are today than most of us that are on this platform.
My view of men is pretty simple. I think most men generally try to do what's best for the people around them. I think most men actively engage in conduct that is for the betterment of the people around them. Yes.
How? What does that conduct look like to you?
Most men are helpful to people, to strangers. Most men are willing to bend over backwards to help people when necessary. I believe most, not just men, I believe most people are inherently good.
No. We're going to talk about just men because you're constantly, every time that we're like, we see men do this. And I mean, there's women on here as well that we're saying like, we are experiencing these things with men, and you're telling us that our experiences are, it kind of feels sometimes like you're saying our experiences are invalid and that it does not happen with the majority of the men that we deal with, when we're telling you as women who are dealing with men that yes, a lot of these men are unfortunately the opposite of what you're thinking most men are.
Well, that was Vayner talking, right? I'm not looking at my phone. Was that Vayner?
Yes.
Okay, Glenn, let me ask you a question. Are most of the men you interact with on a daily basis dangerous to you? Like I'm like actually dangerous to you?
At this
And I,
current age, no, because I'm very picky about who I allow around me, whether male or whether woman or man. I am very picky about who I allow around me at this current age.
and
Now,
I
back in the day when I was in my younger 20s, yes, most of the men that I had around me were dangerous, not knowing that they were dangerous because I was a little naive and I was green and I was young, but I didn't know they were dangerous. But now looking back, yes, a lot of them were dangerous.
so hold on. So first and foremost, you said something. I just realized I missed it. Let me acknowledge this, and this is for anybody hearing my voice. If you've been through something, I will never discount that for what it is, because I have no part. I have no point in telling your story or how to feel about your story. If what something has happened to you, then I will always feel bad about what happened. That does not discount the fact that I do not believe that most men are not in. I guess being a man and knowing men throughout most of my life, I know how most men that I've interacted with, and keep in mind, I've interacted with men across the racial spectrum, across this planet now. Most men are
Okay.
just not that bad. I'm
So
sorry.
you've been
I
out of the
can't,
country to deal with
mul-
men outside of the country as well.
multiple times.
So do you date men?
No, I'm
Oh man.
married. No,
So you don't
married,
date
not at home.
men, you don't entertain men, you don't talk to men in a romantic way. You don't, I'm confused on how it is that
Because
you
I
can
interact with
say
them on
that
a
you don't
regular
believe this
basis. Because
when,
I interact with them on a
Hey,
regular basis outside of romance.
but you interact
Shadow.
with a certain circle of men because it's going to be the circle that you're closest to. It's not like a variety of different
Right.
men.
Might
Again,
intervene
because
real quick if you don't mind. Shadow, me and you come from like a similar, like, yo, man, we gotta start being honest, right, on these platforms, right? Because we do have, like me, I do have I do have a serious background, right? Especially with my sandbox brothers, right? I'm not about to display everything, but yo, these are serious brothers who got a lot of years, right? Me growing up, I dealt with serious men, you know what I'm saying, who was actually about that life. Most men around my circle, you know what I'm saying, are about that action. So I don't know where you coming from with that, bro. Like, yeah, most men are equipped to take it to another level. You know what I mean? And I don't want to put it all out there. If you know, you know. If you jump out the porch at an early age and you be around certain serious dudes, you know that most men are not playing, bro. Like, let's be real about it, bro.
wait,
And
kills.
you
No,
actually
I got
admitted
you.
that you know a lot of serious brothers, bro. Like,
Yeah.
let's be
So
honest.
kills. So kills. Then I'm gonna
Let's
ask
be
you then.
honest.
Okay, fine. But I'm gonna ask you now. Those same men that you are talking about, were they regularly dangerous to women?
Yeah, yeah. In certain cases, depending on what you mean, yeah, they was, bro.
I
They was.
I'm being super
They
specific.
was, bro. They was, bro. They was, bro. I done seen things as a kid, bro, that I can't put on this platform. You know what I mean? I wish Sharon would get a Patreon or something, then I really could go in depth of it. But yeah, bro, yeah, they was very hands on towards women, bro. Big
And you know
facts.
what? I'll accept it. I'll
All
take
right.
it.
I'd like to say something, if I may. Right. I'd like to add that if men are a danger to themselves, they are most likely a danger to other people. I'd like to add that you can't say most men aren't when some are a danger to themselves. They are dangerous to children. They are in prison. They are in these high positions of power, in which we know, which is the discussion today, right? These narcissists, these crazy individuals. How can you say most men aren't? When I mean, you knew it was a lie when you said it, but the fact that you keep on saying it, like, come on
No,
now.
I
First
don't.
of
Still
all,
don't believe it's a
He's
lie. So
doubling
don't
down.
put words in my mouth.
most men aren't. Wait, I wasn't done though, because I never cut you
Yeah.
off, sir. Thank you very much. Now, you have these men that lost their minds yesterday, and then we have these men that never had a mind to begin with. They came out the womb crazy or whatever the crap, right? Let stop this most men crap, because you know damn well most men are dangerous. And if y'all want to talk about women, even though we're not talking about women, right? If we get it from somewhere, who do we get it from? The men?
Damn.
I'm just trying to figure it out, right? Hello, even if you're in the women's section of the prison, most CEOs are still who? Men? I'm just trying to figure it out. We're not even safe in prison away from the who? Men?
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
Yes, I actually talked statistics. She named 2 sections that literally are aggressive. Literally, female CEOs are actually known for committing SA against male inmates. Stop it. I'm not.
What?
Next.
No.
Yeah, go look up. No, go look up the stats. I'm not gonna argue that. The stats actually support it. If you want me to drop the stats, I will. I'm ready for that. Trust me, the BLP got sued for it. I'm just saying.
You saying you're gonna pull up stats that says that the women's
Absolutely.
CEO,
No, CEOs,
Absolutely what?
not CEOs.
Right. Absolutely what? Absolutely what? Did you stop
No,
me
not
mid-sentence?
CEOs. Oh, my bad, bro.
I got you.
said
I understand. Okay, it's a misspoke. But absolutely what? That what is it going to do? Because you stopped me mid-sentence, like you knew I was going to say. So what was you going to say? What I was going to say? God damn it. I'm not sure if Diva's there. Uniquely stunning. Thank you so much for the $4.99. You thoroughly understand. We thoroughly understand Shadow's take at this point. It's impossible to continue with the initial conversation. I believe we are continuing with the initial conversation. This is about men being goddamn dangerous, especially the ones that have power, the ones that obtain power, especially the ones that obtain power later on in life when they was once cornballs. They was once like broke. They was once nobodies. They all of a sudden get a status. Those probably the most dangerous men of them all. Shout out to Time Boss with the 20 ball. Happy. So now, Shadow, are you? I don't know if Shadow's there. So Shadow, are you telling us that female COs essay more male inmates than male COs violate female inmates? Is that what you're trying to explain to us, Shadow? I think that's what he was trying to say, Lorena. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I feel like Shadow internalizes a lot of the things that you say about men, or he attempts to internalize it. This is something that I was dealing with my partner, and when he was telling me, I actually like did some deep diving. I had to ask friends, I had to ask family, like, is this something that I do? And they did tell me, like, it's not something that I do necessarily with everyone else, but it was something that I was doing specifically with him, where whenever he said or mentioned something about women, I was automatically internalizing it and making it about like
You.
thinking that those things were about me personally, not realizing that no, those are the opposite of what he is saying about women is what I am, which is why he's attracted to me, which is why he wants to be with me. So I feel like with Shadow, I am seeing that with him, where he is like, anything that you say about men, if he finds it to be negative, he automatically internalizes it, and then he's like, no, most men aren't like that. And it's like, no, say I am not like that, but don't be naive, because then if you have a little girl, if you have a daughter, I feel like you're not exactly raising her with the best defense. Like, she's not going to be prepared, because she's going to be
Hey,
thinking
hey,
that
tread
all
lightly
of
on
these.
that sentence. Please don't go there. I'm gonna ask that. I'm gonna ask
Hold
that
on,
politely. Leave my midget out of that
hold
one.
on. Shadow, right? I have daughters, right? I have daughters, right? You know what I'm saying? They 20 and 18. And I actually tell them, you know what I'm saying, the same thing. Like, yo, you have to, when you out about yourself, when you around certain dudes, you know what I mean? You have to look at certain characteristics, you know what I'm saying? Certain qualities about a dude, you know what I'm saying? Even me, I be like, yo, don't bring home a dude that's like me, sag they pants, like PhD the list. He got a whole list of telling us or certain women or even the youth, leave these certain dudes alone. And certain of that list, I fit that criteria, brother. I fit it. The only thing I don't do is I don't sag my pants though. I don't do that. I don't do that. You know what I mean? But
Hey, Kills,
but
did
when
you
it
not just
comes
say
to,
certain dudes? Oh, my bad. I thought you were done. My bad.
nah, brother. But we gotta be honest, cause even me, right? I know I could take it there, bro. On certain situations, I actually displayed it in front of my family members. You know what I'm saying? To
Mm,
have to be prepared for violence, bro. In certain situations, bro. And I gotta check my attitude. I'm not afraid to say it here, bro. It's a learning experience.
absolutely.
Kills, do you believe most
Everything is a
men
learning
move like
experience.
you? My bad. Do you believe most men move like you?
He think they move worse.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah, yo, I think, hey, yo, in my circle, right? In my circle of friends, right? Yo, and you know, I display Sharon see me bugged out on these platforms. Fam, I got friends that will take it all the way there. They're worse than me, like Sharon did say. They 10 times worse than me. They been to prison, brother.
Kills, you
One of
missed the
my
question
best
I
friends,
asked.
my old, yes, they worse than me. Like Sharon said, they worse than me. My friends are worse than me, bro. And I don't even have a criminal history.
Right.
That's a
And
fact.
let me also shout out to Davey H45, member for 14 months. Thank you so much, Davey. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Seriously, I really appreciate that. The trafficker finding a way to defend his jail ass buddies. That was wow, Davey. Goddamn.
But he won't bring his bitch ass up here, so yeah,
Oh
he can keep in the
Lord.
super chats. I already told that nigga, like, I'm waiting for a location thing from him. I'm gonna show him who I am. Like, all that extra shit he's talking like a pussy. He can be that way. Like, I actually am dangerous, but I'm
So,
cool with that.
Shadow, is
But
that
hold
not
on, but
men bashing?
no, no, man, that dude's a bitch ass nigga.
But is that not men bashing? Like, what literally, you're like,
No, hold on, I'm,
this is not,
I'm,
okay. All
I'm
right.
going after a very particular person. So here's the thing: targeted aggression. Again, you don't understand the history between me and Davey because that bitch ass nigga always opens his mouth. I don't even deal with that shit in normal life. And here's the thing: is, I can't stand a coward. I've been calling this bitch ass nigga out for months, and he's been all. It's because he can't stand on shit. Bitch ass niggas do that. So, and it's funny because if you actually look at the chat, goofy ass niggas agreeing with me saying the same thing. So he's just being a bitch to be one. Again, I get that. And Sean, calling me up, you know I'll send it. But yeah, so that bitch ass fuck boy can come up. Like, I don't care. Drop that location. I'm gonna tell you who I am, nigga. All that, you're gonna be my next hoe, bitch ass nigga. What's up? Yeah, play that game. But again,
Characters.
it's not my character. My character is awful, but I can admit that. But I also, because I know who I am, I can also say that I know most men don't act like me, and that's the thing that my problem with y'all. What y'all are saying is most men move like this, and they don't. Most men are not bad dudes like that. I understand that we need to be careful of the ones who are, so it's okay to live in an eye of precaution. I'm cool with that. But here's what I'm saying. To say that most men act like me, can move like kills, aren't the same thing. Most niggas ain't about that life. Sorry, I think that's like $8, right?
Wow, I think you underestimating. I think you underestimating the potential the thing for violence when it comes to women, right? Because you okay, right? Sharon got some baddies in this chat, right? Some baddies, right? Don't you know, like, yo, even going to the grocery store and dudes following them in the line all day. Yo, we had this conversation on here. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? When dudes will follow ladies from aisle to aisle, ask them, yo, can I do this? That's a proponent for violence. Unless she asks you,
Yep.
like, yo, I need some help or I need you to grab something off the shelves. It's like you invading her space, brother. We had the conversation right here when
No
PhD was
kills. I
talking
agree with
about
that.
how she, right.
No kills. No kills. I'm not
So,
this. God, what, I don't know
okay.
why what I'm saying is
By the way,
being
the chat,
missed.
by the way, Shadow, the chat tallied you up. They said you at $16 right now.
Thank you, chat.
All right. But so like even also a video just came up recently in New York, Shadow, of a young lady walking down the street. She had sandals on, like those Birkenstock sandals. Walking down the street, and a dude stopped her to say how pretty her toes were, and how he's how sexy her toes are is what he actually said. Right, Shadow? Hopefully you can hear me, Shadow. He said he was talking about how sexy her toes were, Shadow, when she just walking down the street. And like, I don't think that men look at that as a dangerous situation for a woman.
No, I can see how that could be a dangerous situation. But again, I'm gonna say this.
Hey, Shadow, before you move forward, that girl had socks on. He couldn't see her toes.
That's weird. Yeah, see, that's just weird nigga shit.
But a majority of our interaction with men are weird like that. Like, I don't think you're understanding that. A
Right.
majority of our interaction as women, we are telling you that a majority of our interaction with men are along those lines. I could be in a muumuu. I can be in a complete trench coat, knit cap on, face covered, and a man will still find something to compliment, still find something to harass me about. It's like it's nonstop. I don't even like leaving my house. So at this point, I'm really trying to figure out where are these men,
Savannah,
these majority or most men that you're talking about, because I would love to be like living in that area.
here's the answer. My follow-up question is, Vayner, I'm asking a very specific question. Do most men do that to you at all times?
Yes.
Okay, then I can't argue. I can't argue that because all right, you got that.
Shadow. Let me ask you. Oh God.
Also, let me shout
after she just said yes, most men. Bro, I'm done with that comment. Y'all got me.
Nah, did you get my $10, Sharon?
Also, shout out to the Cash App, sharing the live. Do these knuckles pay you to share? Thank you so much, my brother. Go ahead.
Yo, Sharon, you know I come up here, because I build with you, yo. Like I love the platform, I love the ladies or whatever the case may be. But I'm about to flip the switch, right? You have a lot of dudes, right? I ain't gonna say no names in these spaces, who was in the beef, right? They had heavy duty beef. No, I'm on gas, no brakes. Ain't no pause with me. Ain't no pause with me. Right? Who follow certain dudes in these spaces when they was in the beef over and over and over again. Some dudes in these spaces had like 5-year beef, 3-year beef, whatever the case was, right? Stalking a dude in these spaces, who's fly or whatever the case may be. And then that content creator, he was like, yo, if these dudes want to beef with me like this, imagine how they stalk these women. You got a lot of creepos, bro. If I tell you, Sharon, I know you experienced like, yo, bro, I don't want to be. You been through that, Sharon?
I'm getting stalked in these goddamn YouTube streams by a man.
by a
Wow.
man. So if he stalked you, bro, you don't think that he'll do that to a woman?
I just wanted to
And
Like,
say
they
let's
this real
be
do.
quick, not to
real.
go into a meeting, but to Shadow being incredulous at the woman saying, I think it was Lorena saying, that yes, most of the time our interactions with men are weird and inappropriate. Um, I was at work and I had recently come back from visiting another office out of state doing a presentation for them. So I see one of my male coworkers in the hallway coming back from the restroom, and he's like, "Oh, what did you do over there? They were calling me asking about you or whatever." And I was just like, "Oh, I went and did a presentation." And laughingly, he says, "You gonna call somebody to kill you?" Right. Absolutely. When I
What?
tell you I cussed his ass out and never spoke to that man again, but this is because is if you when you make them comfortable, it all start coming
Yep.
out, right? They don't have uh those
That
guardrails
lack
up
of
to
boundaries.
inhibit,
Yep.
ma'am. I don't need no help. Now I let y'all talk.
Sorry.
Uh-huh. And so they lower them when they get comfortable, and then it all just start coming out. So yes, she was absolutely telling the truth. Many of our experiences with the opposite sex are weird and or inappropriate. So I don't know what you huffing and puffing for. Go huff and
Mm,
puff at your fellow males and tell them to stop being weird and inappropriate.
mm, crazy.
Siobhan, make sure you grab your pepper spray, you know what I'm saying, and your taser, because you gotta. But did you read my chat right there where it says Siobhan got a few male stalkers in his space? And then I got
Mm.
the zip tie. That's a fact, though.
Now I really do have a few male stalkers though. That shit is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. The link is pinned it's not at the top of the chat anymore. I believe it's at the bottom of the chat now, but it is pinned. The link is pinned. Um,
And then I had to actually, Siobhan, I apologize for this, but I actually had to I had to really approach one of your male stalkers, right, and give him the business though. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm like, yo, fam, like,
Look
why
at
is you
you
talking
being
about this
messy.
man, wife? Yeah, I'm very messy, yo. And my Timberland boots is very messy. That is a type of Negro. That's the type of Negro I am. I addressed it, yo, but they put it on membership though. You feel me? I ain't
mm,
gonna say no name. They did put that live stream on membership. Siobhan,
okay,
know what I'm saying? A favor for a favor, you heard?
I hear you.
Listen to that song. Listen to that song. A favor for a favor.
Oh, get you out of here. You're not genuine ass.
I got you. I'm gonna listen to that song. I'm gonna promote the song too. Goddamn shit. Shout out to the 150 people that is watching the show. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like and the share button. I really appreciate every last one of you that is here. I know Soul Provider. He definitely hit the like and the share button. Yeah, I got a couple of male stalkers on this goddamn YouTube app.
Back to my male stalkers on this YouTube app. You know what I mean?
I didn't
They
know.
well, you did know,
Well,
but
before you go that, I don't want to just glance over what PS Diva and Lorena said, Happy, before you go into your story, because that's going to change the subject just a little bit. And so, what they're saying is that, like, even if it's not majority of men that approach them specifically, that doesn't mean that majority of men are not doing that specific thing.
yeah, well, I said that before I got kicked off earlier. That's exactly what I was saying, Sharon. I appreciate you for sure.
Because just because they let Lorena walk by and then say that her toes are sexy, that doesn't mean when Happy walk by, they're not saying Happy toes is sexy, and so on and so forth. They might let Lorena walk by, and they might let Happy walk by, but then they ain't gonna let PH Diva walk by. And then shit, it depends on what Shadow is wearing. They might not let him walk by. God damn it.
I know a
You know,
couple of years
Sharon, you ain't
ago.
shit.
Go ahead, Lorena. Then happy.
I know a couple of years ago, in Savannah, there was an incident where there were these two girls who were being like pretty much bothered in the club or whatnot. They walked out the club, and when they left the club, there was these two guys who were standing outside, and they asked the girls for their number, and the girls were like, "No, not interested." They're polite. They didn't say nothing rude. They didn't get like all aggressive, nothing like that. They're just like, "No, we're not interested." And they're just like waiting on their ride or something like that. The two dudes left, drove past, and shot the girl.
Damn.
One of them was in critical condition.
Jesus.
And this was this was years ago. So this is about 9, 10 years ago. So when I hear stories of stuff happening now, for me, it's almost, I'm not going to say it's normalized but I've heard of it happening so frequently over the years. Like after that, I quit going to clubs for the most part. Because I realized like that could have been me. Like I frequently turn men down, and just for saying no, these girls got shot at. That's very dangerous. So I pretty much quit going to clubs after that. So it's like these stories have been going on for a long time, and I'm so surprised. I don't know how Shadow is saying that most men aren't like this. I'm befuddled.
Yeah, and there's plenty of women
that's
that say
scary.
Because for every 4 men that talk to you, every 4 men
I
that
think
actually
that-
harass you, there's 1,000 that passed you by. Without
yeah,
even
but that
thinking that you
doesn't mean.
exist.
Hold on,
They
so,
harassing
so that
somebody
doesn't
else.
mean
They harassing somebody else.
right. That doesn't mean that
Do
they
y'all
didn't
know
do it to
that?
somebody else.
How do y'all know that?
Because
they're-
that same
like,
dude,
how are we in an
because
incel culture of men who don't talk to women?
we're gonna explain it to you so this way you can take yourself out of the conversation. Because the same dude that harassed Lorena, right? He seen Happy walk down the street, didn't say a word to Happy. It is a woman that walked past that dude that harassed Lorena, that a woman walked by, he didn't say a word to. That's why.
Okay, I just so I can get a final clarification. Is simply being polite also harassing somebody?
Wow.
No, I asked the super.
Well,
if you
what's
say
your
no,
form?
People alone.
What's your hold on? But what's your form of being okay? Okay, right. Let me give you a scenario, right? Um, how can I form this, Sharon? Help me out. Okay, right. There was a time when men, right? If it, holding the door or whatever, you holding the door for a chick, right? And if she don't say thank you, there's a lot of dudes. I'm not gonna say all, but there's a lot of dudes be like, look at this bitch. She got the nerves, don't even say a thank you, and was
Hold on,
cussed
Kels.
her out.
Let's just answer Kels, all we gotta do is answer this question, right?
Go ahead, brother.
Q Bonafide 86 Kels says most men aren't dangerous to women. Pull the data. Right? This is what they say. Pull the data. So my question to Shadow would be this. Is there any data of Russell Brand being dangerous to women?
Russell Brand. Wait, the white dude?
Yeah.
That dude's. I'm pretty sure Russell Brand has a history.
No, he doesn't have a history.
Really? Huh, that's surprising.
But guess what he said? Guess what he admitted recently?
What?
That when he was 30 years old, he had intimate relations with a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's not surprising coming from Russell Brand of all people. Yeah.
Would you consider that man a dangerous man?
I would have considered Russell Brand dangerous before that conversation.
Would you consider Russell Brand a dangerous man?
I swear I just said yes.
But the problem is, do we have any data to pull that he is a dangerous man?
Russell Brand had been accused of essaying somebody back in 2009. Yes. Literally, yes. There's evidence to support exact, and he's made jokes about it.
So before 2009, did we have proof?
No.
Did we have data?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But why do we have to use data?
We gotta stop using this this idea that data is the thing that's going to save us, and saying that this is why we are not having an honest conversation.
And we
That's a
can see it
problem.
within our own community, Sharon. Why we can't use it within our own community? How men, you know what I'm saying? Like do some of the most egregious things. Like we see this when we step out our house every day, when we go to restaurants. Why are like even Popeyes, right? Where I'm at right now, right? Like Popeyes is closed down. There used to be a whole bunch of ghetto dudes up in there. They had to close it down because somebody actually got deleted up in Popeyes. People used to fight up in there with dangerous men. What about you see what else? Like Red Lobster. When you go to Red Lobster, look what used to happen when you go to Red Lobster. People acting crazy up in there. Black men acting crazy.
What the fuck
Absolutely.
are you going
Welcome
to
to the
Red
Ponderosa. If
show.
you
Lobster?
old enough, if you old
Let me-
enough, you remember Ponderosa. Come on, brother.
Mhm.
We can go on and on
Welcome
and
to
on
the
and on,
show.
brother. We can go.
My first time, I believe this is my first time seeing you. Welcome to the show. Six Cell, how you doing? Hello? Can you hear me?
Damn.
Yes, there you go. How you doing? What would you like to add to the conversation? It's my first time seeing you, I believe.
Sure, what the dick did and murder she wrote.
What?
What the hell? What the hell?
Are you going to tell me men are not dangerous? He come up here on my platform just to
What the
try
fuck
to
was that?
he just want to try and say
Troll,
he want
troll.
to say the most dangerous things that he could
Oh,
possibly
excuse
say to the show.
And that making us look
Uh,
even crazier though.
hold
That
up.
making us
But
look
again,
crazy. Yo,
that
how you
nigga's
feel
clearly
about that,
crazy.
Shadow?
That dude is crazy. Clearly.
But when Happy
Like,
said it was a
But
problem, he needed to get dropped, right?
right, right.
Understand the ideology.
hold
That
on. That's
crazy.
okay. I think there's an issue of there's a difference between individualized statements. Hey, the CEO
Mm-hmm.
who's harassing Jocelyn, he's dangerous. Hey, Russell Brand, he's
Okay.
dangerous. Hey,
But
Kills,
you agreed
Shadow,
when Sharon
but
just asked you that, though, right? When he made
he
it
just
individualized, you agreed. And when Kills made it
Uh-oh.
generalized, you agreed. But when you just had a
Right.
random
when have I
somebody,
ever agreed to
you
generalize
agreed.
men being
But when
dangerous?
Happy said
Ever,
it, oh, Happy needed
ever.
to get
Get up,
dropped.
Happy.
Oh, Happy needed to get dropped. Oh, boo-hoo. Like,
Mm.
get the fuck
So,
out of here. You the dangerous
Let's
wait.
go,
No, you.
Happy.
Hey,
Hold
right. Hey,
on,
Happy,
You're
hold
right,
on,
right.
the
hold on.
fucking dangerous motherfucking.
Okay, Happy. That's 2 F-bombs back to back. That's $4. Stop
And
playing,
that man
please.
gonna
Hold
pay
on,
for
man.
it.
I got it. Hold on.
Shadow.
Look at him smiling too.
Because it's ridiculous and he knows it. You can't fight the facts, baby. It just is what it is. You let a person talk long enough, you'll understand.
I just realized that out of the three men that are currently sitting on this panel, at least two of them have admitted to being or having the ability to be dangerous men. And so, right there, I mean, the numbers are speaking for themselves. And for one of the men to be going so hard on what a majority of the men are, and then to say that he himself is not one of those majority, it's like, sir, what are we fighting? Like, what are we debating right now?
It says thanks always. Thank you so much. Yeah. Good day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And also it says, here's the $4 for Happy Feet.
Exactly.
So Happy Feet, you are free. Who you thanked? You better not be thanking Josh, because it wasn't Josh that saved you.
All I said was,
It was another man on the
exactly
panel.
what she said. No. I would thank first of all, excuse me, thank you to whoever sent it, right? Because
There
you
you
jumped
go.
in right there. So I'm just saying, like, you know,
Yeah.
Sharon be trying to confuse me on purpose, y'all. He just be mad it don't be working ever. He's like, damn, hour later, this bitch still on that ride. Oh, excuse me. Please send $2 to me.
So
Yo, Siobhan,
yeah,
I love the Happy Feet movie, man. I had to watch that with the youngest, man. Come on, man. And yo, you know you had to watch that with your youngest. Be back in the day. Come on, Siobhan, stop playing, brother.
feel you on that. And I just think it's like what Lorena said. I think most men just when they hear men, they believe that they gotta add themselves into that conversation, but they don't want to add themselves into the conversation. When I say, hey men, we need to do better by not having lust and degeneracy on the top of our value system. They don't want to, they don't include
Facts.
themselves in that. When I say, hey men,
Facts.
we need to learn benevolent when I say we got to have a servant leadership, right? They don't want to hear me with that when I say that. When I say we should have
Facts.
some honor, integrity, nah, we don't want to do that. When I say all these other things that men can do in replace of all the things that we have at the top of our value system from what the men are communicating in these YouTube streets, they have a huge problem with me.
But how can you be a
Agree?
servant, Siobhan? How can we be a servant to God, right? But we can't be a servant to the woman that we're supposed to love and care about. Even within
Mm,
our own community, you're supposed to be a servant to them. You're supposed to make sure they good because men before us did that. Even if you go to like the Harlem Renaissance era, you know what I'm saying? You had to be a servant to the lady who lived next door to you. You had to be
mm,
a servant to the Carson guard lady. You always had to
mm,
protect her, hold a bags, carry the bags. You know what I mean? Make sure the thugs or whatever be in because back in the community, even the thugs used to have like even when you at the corner store chilling, smoking a cigarette, they used to hide it. They
right.
used to hide it and move out the way when she go in the store. Now they don't even do that no more, Simon. They openly do it. Oh, bump her. That is what it is, and still want to drink and blow smoke in her face and don't even
Mhm.
show respect.
So I just want to know.
Camaraderie, brother.
I just want to understand, Lorena. When I say men need to learn how to be servant leaders, because that is the best. That's the best position that they could be for their family. Why do I get so much pushback for that?
I'm not even gonna lie. When you said it, I literally wrote that word down. I wrote it down because I love it. I was like, ooh, servant leader. Like I had to write that one down because no, like most men they hear servant and it's really quick and easy for a man to accept it from a woman, but they don't understand what it would look like man
Mm,
returning it or reciprocating it. To them it's like saying, oh, I'm a beta, and I feel like that's what they oftentimes hear is I'm a beta and I'm not going to be a beta for my woman. But we can't know what a servant looks like to you until you show us by giving it to us. So I don't know
mm,
if I can be subservient to you as a leader or to lead me unless I see what that looks like to you. Either you're
mm,
giving it to yourself or you're able to show me by example by giving it to me. So, me personally, I wouldn't entertain a man that is not capable of doing that.
mm.
But I love
Perfect.
that
I like
word.
See, but a servant. Oh,
shout out to
read the money. Read the money, Sharon. Read the money.
thank you, Kill. Shout out to Aaron Toulouse with the $2. Read "Losing My Virginity" by Russell Brand. Ooh, okay. Also, Kim East with the $5. Josh want to live in delusion because he's the hit dog. Holla.
Good one.
My the
Also,
money, the
shout out to
money.
Diane Ross with the 24 bar. Happy fine, and then take a nap. Goddamn, Happy, you gotta go take a nap. You sleepy, Happy?
See, maybe
And
go back
also,
to the Serbian thing, Sharon.
one more
Okay,
thing. Let
yes,
me
sir.
also welcome into the show, Keon. Good day, sir. How you doing? And also bring back Shadow. Good day, Shadow. Welcome back.
Your
We got some.
Grand Rising
We got some.
Peon.
your
Ma'am. The lady that was talking about
Just
being
slap
a
the taste out
servant,
of your
right?
mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Oh shit! I thought I got dropped. I ain't gonna hold you. I go. I thought Shadow put the body on my head though. Pause. No, did he? I thought Shadow did me dirty. I'm about to say,
Uh,
nah, brother,
but
we
get
good.
we talking about servant leaders. Go ahead, Kills. Then we got Keon. Then we can bring Shadow back in.
Yeah, that's a great topic right there, right? So that's a great to move the conversation forward. It's a great thing right here with the servant leader thing, right? Because you gotta understand that even Jesus did it with his apostles. Like he washed their feet. And I'm actually addressing the
Mm,
lady in the panel, right? So you know when you see a servant leader when he wash your feet and tell you about certain good qualities and goals about you. He put the towel out. He get the machine from Target, Walmart, wherever you get it from, and wash your feet and tell you about certain things. So now I'm about to look like a simp, right? Because I will wash my white feet. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Because that what actually God did. God actually
mm,
did these things. When you sick, you know what I'm saying? I will wash your whole body up. You know what I mean? These
mm.
are godly things. And I want to
Hey,
give
Kills, you
props
know
to
so crazy about what
Sharon.
you saying
Hold
right
on.
there,
I
Kills?
want to give props to Sharon in Bronzeville. I'm good. I right, Sharon. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, no, you know what's so crazy, Kills? The crazy part about it, it is human beings out there right now, kids, that don't
Yes, sir.
believe. They don't believe in me. They don't believe in you. They don't believe. How they not gonna believe in us? Like
I
how
don't
they
know,
don't
Sharon. Yo,
believe
we got a hard task, brother.
because they
Brother,
never
this is
brother.
so
experienced it.
crazy.
They
But kids,
never did it. They never did it, Sharon. They never did it.
hey, but what you said was
They don't
important
know
though.
how to be a
Hey, hold on,
servant
but what
to
you said,
your woman.
hey,
They don't
Kills,
know
hey,
about
Kills,
that,
what you
Sharon.
said, hey, Kills, what you said is important. Who washed those feet?
Jesus.
What you said? No, you said God did. It don't matter if they don't
God
believe.
did.
God
They don't know
did.
nothing about that. God did. Go ahead, Sharon. Read the money, Sharon. Read the money.
Shout out to Kills. God did. Conversation with MJ with the
Yes,
10 ball.
sir.
A leader is a servant to his followers. This is what Kills was talking about as well. Harriet, most people who pretend to be leaders don't understand that because they have never led anything but their desires. Ooh,
Oh, whole word. Snap, snap.
ooh. Go ahead, Keon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here, hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah. So it's about the servant leader thing. I'm kind of with Kills on it because I'm a Christian. So I
Oh,
think it's in Matthew. I think Matthew and 20 or something like that. It says something about just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So yeah,
mm.
that's what we kind of build off of. I think it's a person that initially wants to lead has to have some type of love and want to see his community to do better. Not just wanting to be served, but to see his community do better.
Wow, I would not thought that Keon was gonna come and actually be on my. Keon.
I'm not drunk
Even
yet.
though I know when you at other places you don't get an opportunity to agree with me, but when you up here and you being honest, hey, I think we agree on more things than we disagree.
Facts. Facts.
Oh, you say fact? You agree with that too? Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, I ain't drunk yet, so don't worry about it. We about to disagree here in a minute, but don't worry about
That's wild. Keon, that is a wild statement.
it.
I can't stand Johnson. Oh,
I'm
God.
getting there.
So now we
Yes,
know
sir.
to just ask, are you drunk yet? Before
Yeah,
we
say
go
that.
in on anything. Because if he
There you
says,
go.
yeah, he's drunk, then we know, oh, that's why you disagreeing. It's okay. Just wait till he's sober.
That was Lorena. That was crazy. Oh man, that was wild.
But now I really do agree with both, with all three.
Don't provoke me to
Yes,
anger,
ma'am. You appreciate that. You
or
heard?
else you'll be in danger.
Oh no, the weather's kind of crazy over here. I'm not sure what's happening. Buttons ain't buttoning right
Crazy in
now.
Rochester too, yo. I'm in Rochester. Yo, the weather crazy too. That's a fact.
Oh, yeah, I'm
And
right there
you
on the
in
block. Right down the block. The weather is weathering right now. All right, so I'm gonna wait for the weather to be finish weathering. Shadow, what is your thoughts on? I'm thinking that men should be servant leaders. What's your
Absolutely,
thoughts?
absolutely,
Really, you
my
agree as well?
absolutely, absolutely, 100%.
And then curse with it too. God
I
Yeah.
think we got it wrong. Then Shadow's agreeing. We doing something wrong. Hold on,
Uh,
y'all.
damn.
No, it's my job as a husband to be everything my wife is expecting me to be. When she was pregnant, I gave her entire baths when she couldn't bend over anymore. Yeah, whatever she needed, I did without question. Hell,
So I got a
absolutely.
question for my brothers on the panel, right? So y'all three agree with the sentiments. So while a bunch of men in the chat just now was saying that is some simp talk. Damn. Now it's one of
oh, damn. I don't know. Shit, shit. That's a personal problem,
It's
man.
probably because they sound really single.
Mm.
You right. Nah, it's what Keon said, because I'm not well versed, right? I'm not well versed with the word or whatever, right? And maybe Keon and Shadow and other women or men are well versed with the word, you know what I'm saying? Like these are things that's actually is in the scripture, you know what I'm saying? And if you're on the path
Yeah.
of righteousness, and if you're on the path of obedience, and it don't matter if the world go this way or the world go that way, when you are connected with your true love, the higher power in your woman, and y'all connected and binding together, you know what I'm saying? You will go over and beyond. Because I did these things, and I said this on platforms. I got ridiculed for saying that when my kid's mother was in a coma, I watched her whole body. She was in a coma for months. For months. You know what I'm saying? I told the nurse dude, you know what I'm saying, when he came in the room, don't even touch her, bro. I got this. Give me that pill. Give me that rag. Give me that water. I will wash her body myself. You know what I'm saying? Her armpits, her, whatever. And I did this back in the day, brother. And I said this on many platforms, but they would use that, weaponize it. And then we begin to an argument. They want to call her a 304. And then I just learned that Sharon said it when you a 304 was turned into a hoe. How was she that? And I never said she was that. I took full accountability, saying I'm the one that messed up that relationship. I'm the one. You never heard me disrespect my baby mother ever on these spaces, but another man can and say that? No, brother. I'm gonna do a whole live disrespecting you to the lowest common denominator. It is what it is, but I don't want to be long winded and, you know, pass the microphone to my peoples. So I
The
love.
microphone.
Inshallah.
Wallahi, brother. Wallahi.
I think some men may be bashing against or calling it a simp because they just haven't met that woman that turns them into that simp. Like honestly speaking, I tell my partner all the time, if he's not a simp for me, why am I here? Because I know how I am. I know how I move. Like if I'm into you, I'm into you. There's no limits, there's no holding back. So if you're not able to reciprocate the same, then everything that I'm giving is gonna feel like it's too much. So therefore, I wouldn't like even bother entertaining it. But I feel that's why a lot of men give pushback. They just haven't met that woman that turns them into that simp.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
just like a
if it's
woman who
really
has a man who turns her into a pick me. Yeah, I got picked by my husband and destroyed. I don't see the problem with these two phrases because it's usually a bunch of single people who use them. If they ain't in a relationship, how can they tell y'all what's good and bad? I don't get that matter.
I'm with you. I don't see a problem with neither one of the two words. Neither. Let me be a pick me. I do not care. As long as he's picking me, I will be his pick me all day long.
well, technically, what you described that ain't simping. Like, if you getting reciprocation from the woman, then that wouldn't be simping. That's just a relationship. I think when they say simping, they mean that because we just talking about how we'll clean a woman's feet. That's why they calling it simping because we not naming what the woman's doing to us. I guess I don't know, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I can
that's
understand that. I can understand him looking at it that way, but I would automatically I'm gonna say like assume that yeah, if you're doing something like that, like washing your woman's feet, she's doing things to deserve that. You're not just doing it out of just cause.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody in the chat just said pygmies are single. What if, that math doesn't make sense to me. Is that a thing?
I would think most of them is single. If they pick me, they got to get picked, right? If they technically not ain't
Yeah,
got picked if they pick me.
they ain't got picked yet. That's why they're picking.
Huh.
Yeah, they're the
What kind of
ones
bitch?
screaming. They're the ones screaming anything the men are screaming so they can get picked. Those are
Yeah.
usually them. Because the ones that are already picked are not on there screaming bullshit about men. They're keeping it real. Okay?
Okay.
It just
Okay.
is what it
Is the
is.
screen black or is it just me?
Are they still? Wait, what?
Is the screen black? No, it's I
Yeah.
can see everybody.
No, we see everything.
You can see
Oh, it
everything?
just came back when you said that, Sharon. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. So what I guess the men they want to hear some reciprocity. I guess we are not doing a good enough job to do that. Why is that so important for the men on the chat to hear this what the woman is doing for you? When we are not as the man, I don't think that is our position to communicate what a woman is doing for him specifically.
Because love is binary. Like I understand where they're coming from. Because love is the ability to put one before yourself. And if you're washing her feet, you would think that she would be willing to do something for you. But the fact that y'all are wanting to have that described doesn't, like, my wife was giving me a baby. In fact, she gave me 3 of them. So yeah, I'm gonna do whatever the hell. I don't care what she asked me to do. It's my job when she chose to be my wife.
But
She
what I'm
gave me
saying
my
is that
best friend.
what I'm saying is that the reason why I don't believe it is our position to say what our wives is doing for us or our girlfriend is doing for us, because what I appreciate might not be what you appreciate.
I agree with that. No, that's solid.
What you
I
think,
don't.
Leon?
Yeah, I don't know about that. You're gonna have to do something. Like I'm the, like rather. So you telling me I should just ignore my feelings? I should just be like, okay, she's not doing anything for me. She ain't took me out. She ain't did nothing for me. I didn't put her in this big house. Done I don't know. Put her through college. I don't know. You can put whatever example in there, and I shouldn't care that she ain't done nothing for me.
My
I
thing
don't know.
is, if she didn't do
Hold
anything
on,
for
hold
you,
on,
why
hold
do all
on,
that?
hold on.
If that's what you were worried about.
Hold on. Hold on.
I think
I don't
Keon
know
is
how you got
too.
that. Hold on. I don't know how you got that from this conversation. What I said was, so I could articulate it better. I don't usually express what my wife is doing for me because the thing that I have value to, another man might not hold value to. Keon might not like the fact that I want such and such done to me, and I appreciate that. You might look at it like, hey, but I would want this done for me from my woman. And that's why I do not have a conversation about what a woman should be doing for a man, because that is catered to her specific man. That's what I was saying, Keon.
I don't think we're talking about what
So,
she should do. I think what we're talking about is just what should be reciprocated. If I'm doing something for
no,
you, you should do something for me. It's just that's
no, no, Keon, please, brother. And I respect this platform. See, yo, we talking about having a connection with your higher power, yo. A connection, being a stoic, like these are things that I heard Siobhan say or Bronzeville say, right? Know what I'm saying? But in my conscious mind, I never asked. When I was in that 18-year relationship with my kid's mother, right? And she told me, right? And I'm gonna be transparent. I really don't say this, right? I put my my child's mother through nursing school, bro. This is what I did. And mind you, we was having a full blown argument that night. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, because I wasn't mind you, yo, this like the 90s or whatever when we met. We was like 17, 18, 19 or whatever. I barely was making it, right? I was struggling to get that bread to put her through nursing school. Mind you, the little money that I got, I gave it to her. And I didn't care about that because I knew in my conscious mind this is something that's going to be a greater deal for her. It's nothing about what she could do for me back in return. I'm being a servant leader at that time, bro. It's all about benefiting her and seeing her achieve.
I mean, I'm
Know what I'm
glad that
saying?
you
And
got it.
planning on
Yeah.
having the freaking little ones, bro. It's bigger than
Okay,
that. It's a
she did have his 2
read
children,
the
so
money, brother.
that is very important. Also, conversations with MJ with the 10 ball says, pick me, don't get picked. They get used. Don't align with that term, young lady. You got chosen.
Wait, then why did they call married women pick me's?
Because
I think
some of
just to
them
be funny.
are. Well, okay, so I think where Shadow, you're missing it, and Keon could correct me if I'm wrong. The pick me is male centered. Anything that the male is doing, they are more centering that towards the male.
Right, but it's
Yeah.
not a woman who's married male centered and a man who's married would generally be female centered. Since
I
they're
don't
putting
think
the
I
opposite
don't
person.
No,
I do not think my wife
Maybe
is
I'm not
male.
understanding.
Okay, so I don't think my wife is male centered. No.
Yeah, because male centered means like, okay, she just got into this relationship with this man, and now all of a sudden in 2 weeks she's talking like him, always under him, like just everything is about him, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So, nah, you ain't gotta be married to do all that. You can still have your own personality.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, I agree with Keon on that. Salute to Keon.
I mean, I guess I'll
Salute
take
to
that.
Keon.
And to
Salute.
Go ahead, Happy.
yeah, I wanted to bring it back to the beginning real quick, Sharon.
Okay.
With the wait, who's groaning? Like what?
Oh,
Mike's groaning. Probably was me. My
He
bad.
was. He just muted. You know what? Hold on a second.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, now my screen is back. Good. Go ahead, Happy. You wanted to say something? Okay, you good? So okay, yeah. So that's what they mean by pick me, child. The male centered conversations when it seems like a man can do no wrong. The way how you are male centered, if a female was communicating the way how you was communicating, she would be considered a pick me.
I don't even think I'm male centered. I think I'm relationship centered. I think there's a balance. No, I think there's a balance that we just don't touch here. So it always sounds like I'm on the opposite side because we're never touching that balance. Notice whenever you mention anything that's whenever you actually mention anything that's actually balanced in a relationship, like this conversation, I'm in full support of it. Like the male being a leader servant, I absolutely agree with that.
No, you're not. You're not balanced at all. You are very one-sided, actually.
Damn.
I can agree with Sharon on that. You're definitely not, balanced.
Yes.
Oh shit, Kim West came back.
I don't even know why you got that idea that you are balanced. No, if Keon came up and he had a show, he was talking about beef burgers, and I said, "Why you never talk about vegans? That is crazy to me." And then I come up and I say, "Hey, Keon, you ain't balanced because you don't talk about vegetables enough." That's crazy to me.
Well, Sharon, do you not have conversations? Didn't you say that the whole point of these conversations was to lead men to be better?
Yes, men.
So in that conversation, then if every other phrase you use is these men are blank in some negative connotation, or most men do this, would that not seem like you're intentionally painting a negative light on the situation? Keep in mind, I don't want to keep going back and forth on this one. Like, I'm gonna just accept that.
If it's untrue, then I could agree with you. But it's a true statement that I'm saying. That's the issue. Men would say all these things and point out the things that I say, but they never said that it's a lie.
No, I'm not going to call it a lie, but I'm saying you're actually changing its statistics based on the bias. I think your bias is shading it differently in a way where it's inaccurate. Being true and being accurate are not the same.
Exactly. The men that have a problem with it, they call it bias because it's truthful.
No, because it's inaccurate. Because you're basing stats on something, and then you're presenting it in a way that is jaded, that is not based on the factual reality. While the base you're using is accurate, but the premise you're using it as is not.
No, that's only to a male-centered person. That's it. Because they have every time when I come up with, like, for example, you say most men ain't dangerous. Even though most men, they teach their kids that most men are dangerous. They will teach their daughters that most men are dangerous. They would tell a woman, hey, you need to go outside with some pepper spray, a knife, put your keys in between your fingers when you go to your house. They would say all these things to protect themselves from do not go to a man's house unless you know him. Do not go to don't get no drink. Like all the things that we prepare our love females for is to protect themselves from a man. However, somehow, some way, men ain't dangerous.
I just text my mom. She said, no, I didn't teach you how to be like that. So maybe it's a cultural difference. Like, I don't know. Maybe the conversations that we're having.
The white mom or the black
mom?
Oh, white just happened? I texted my mom and I asked her a question.
Your
she
mama
said,
white?
I didn't teach you nothing about that. I was like, well, what about Chris? She goes, no, I teach y'all how to love and respect people. I was like, well, apparently I might be out of pocket.
Hold on.
So
hold on. You are not explaining what you are trying to communicate right now. We are confused about what you asked your mom.
I text my mom. I asked her, do you believe that most men are dangerous? Hold on, let me read it exactly. Mom, question. Do you believe that most men are dangerous? She was like, no. Why would you even ask that? I was like, having a conversation, it's kind of fun. She goes, all right, well, no, I didn't teach none of y'all that either. So, that's how it works. Then she sent me an emoji. Yeah, I was literally taught that that's not how it works. People are not like that.
But you said that there's maybe cultural
Even though you're the prime
differences.
example
So
of a dude being like that. Weird.
Wait, Shadow, you adopted?
Again, huh? Yeah, I'm adopted.
You adopted? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But again,
welcome to the show, Kim West. She got something to say to, I believe, to what you just said. Go ahead, Kim West. What you said?
Oh, thank you. Is my mic okay? My internet is kind of glitchy. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very. Shadow don't even need to ask his mama or his two mamas or his three mamas about dangerous men because he qualifies, and it's really weird. And I think it's disingenuous that he would say, I'm not making my daughters or any women aware of men just like myself because we're so rare. It's weird.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
This nigga Shadow.
His dangerous ass.
I wasn't going to play that game today.
Seems like an example of
Shadow is a beast.
Lemmy,
Shadow
right?
is a beast.
Hold
on. Read the money. You gotta read the money, Happy. It's all about the Monday.
Shout out to Taiwan. Kim!
Yo, Shadow is different.
And Happy, before you start your tangent, me and Kim have a long lasting beef. That I
was not going to start a tangent. I promise you, nothing I was going to say had anything to do with Kim because I put all my thoughts in the chat. If you can read,
yo, I love
me out in the chat.
Kim. I will marry you if you sing. Kim, you know I be flirting with you. If you single though, yo, can we go on a coffee date? You know what I'm saying? Steve D used to say, "Sure, keep it gangster." Steve D be like, take the chicks out a dog walk or take them to a car. Like, who does that? If you got that paper, yo, you gotta spin it, Sharon. What's wrong with spinning that paper? Why these sucker duckers talking about taking the chick on a duck walk?
Kills.
I love tricking.
Hold on.
Here go Happy Feet. Here go Happy Feet.
Hold on.
My name is Feet, sir.
Hold on.
I believe. Shut up.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm on mute.
Hold on. I believe the link is in the chat, Mr. Roland Anger. You don't have to be afraid. It's okay.
Let them know.
You don't gotta be afraid. PhD was in a meeting right now. Don't be afraid, you little punk.
Right. It's the best time in history.
Hold on. Hey, Keon, I got a question for you. Then I want Shadow to answer right after. Do you believe if Shadow was to ask his brother, Mom, do you think I'm a dangerous man? She would say yes. Do you think that she would say that to him?
I would hope not. No, I don't think so. I would hope not.
Okay. Shout out to
Hold on,
Taiwan.
Sharon. Ask me the same question, Sharon, when you get a chance,
Hold
sir.
on, no, not yet. Hold on. Shout out to Titan Wasp. Do you believe your mother will tell you that you are a dangerous man?
I think you're on the call or something.
And I think whatever that answer is, that
And the answer is yes.
You say you a dangerous man?
Yeah, she says I have my moments.
Oh wow.
And exact words. Like,
Wow.
baby boy, you have your moments. I can support that. I mean, she's not lying.
Right, neither am I.
And so I'm not really sure how to phrase this question because I don't want to be offensive in any way or like come across as disrespectful. But do you,
hold on, go ahead. Go ahead, Laverne.
trying to think of how to phrase this. Do you
honestly
in any way think it might be like, do you warn your daughters about men like you?
Yes, obviously.
Oh,
here's the thing.
that's for the
You have to
whole
understand,
panel?
my family's very honest. So yes, I am not the example of who I want my daughter to be with. And
No. Do
keep
you
in mind, my
warn your
child's
daughters of
9.
men like you?
Keep in mind, my daughter's 9. There's not a lot
Oh,
of
she's not. Oh, okay.
fruitful conversation I can have with that. So while I understand when she gets to the point of when we need to have that conversation, yeah. Of men like me, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to tell her that all men are like me because I'm not delusional.
But Shadow, right? Don't you know that you know, I don't mean to interrupt y'all, you know, but I'm just being transparent, being honest, right? And I don't think me and Sharon had this conversation. Maybe Bronzeville know a lot of people that I follow in the spaces. I'd be like, dang, you know I follow this person? He'd be like, yeah, I be sky watching. It is what it is, yo. That's my brother. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was 9 years old, bro, even 9, I knew my father was a dangerous individual, bro.
Don't
Even at that.
provoke me to anger, or else you be in danger.
Hey, Shadow, stop being sensitive. Can I talk? Go ahead, Kim. You got it.
Oh, no, I want Kels to finish. He said he knew his mom was saying.
Yeah, I knew. I knew my father was he's no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? Because he passed away like 7, 8 years ago. You feel me? But at that young age, I knew my father was like, don't play with that guy. Like he's the type of guy that, you know, control the room, and he would take it to the next level. So I'm saying, even when we young, we know that they're serious people. I think my daughter, she's 20 now. I think she would say, yeah, my father is about that action. Like my daughter is 20, one is 18. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, yo, very dangerous. We are very dangerous people.
Okay, so Kim West, so what is your thoughts on Shadow's mom saying most men are not dangerous? What's your thoughts, Kim?
I think Shadow Mom
Slap the taste out of your mouth.
I'd like to see it.
I'm not gonna let you talk.
Wow, Shadow, you on one today, bro. Yo, your trigger finger is.
Hey, I made good money in trade last night.
Shout out to Taiwan. No! With the 40 ball, goddamn. Sheesh.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
On that note, the currency market was great yesterday.
So, Shadow,
how you do that?
God, Kills.
Nah, you know they jack your style in the space, Sharon. Like how you drive people, like you do it so like nobody could tell. Like people jack your style. I ain't gonna say no names. I don't want to start no beef. Y'all my brothers in these spaces, but they jack your style, Sharon. I ain't gonna start nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing because y'all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I know who copied your style, and I ain't gonna do that because I know he gonna hit me up on Instagram. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke with my brothers. They jack your style though.
No,
Yeah, go ahead.
shit.
Yeah, nah. I'm sipping, so they know I don't care. I don't care.
Don't provoke me to anger, or else you be in danger.
Go ahead, Kim. Let's speak your mind. Bring Kim back.
Ooh, MJ. Ooh, damn, I
Kim
love
West,
MJ though.
free yourself. You put yourself on mute, Kim. Oh, okay, hold on. That's the wrong one. All right. There she go. Check, mic check.
Am I in here?
There you go. You in
Yes.
here. Go ahead, Kim West. Speak your mind.
I feel like I hear an echo.
Okay, I'm gonna kick the other side. Don't worry, I got you.
You
Go
got
ahead.
two of you up.
Hold on. Go ahead. Can you hear yourself now?
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah, it's no echo. Never.
Okay, go ahead, Kim West.
The emotional vulnerability of Shadow. I'm gonna clap for you, Shadow. Your emotional vulnerability. Go ahead, our brother in Christ. You know, we hear you, we see you, we respect the vulnerability.
Yeah, she called the truce.
Are you okay today? Am not. I just don't want to get kicked, but you know.
All right,
I
why you
like your
not being
voice.
so why you up here? Speak your mind now. What is your thoughts on so far the
Well,
conversation?
I wanted to speak to something Shadow said of
Yeah.
you women. It's basically like you women are exaggerating. It's not all men, and it's really repetitive and it's really weird of when we're saying, oh, we see even these latest trends, when we seeing what Trump is doing, firing all the women from their government jobs, when we just see it, even if it doesn't happen to us, but we see it, we hear it, and men will say the same thing. They say we go to wars to protect you. We are violent to protect you. We are these warriors. But when we say the exact same thing, like y'all are violent, y'all go at each other, y'all call each other simps, y'all call each other feminine, then we're wrong for saying the exact same thing they say. They say it. They admit to it. They are proud of it until women say it. That's what I don't understand.
Okay, that was really fair. What's your thoughts on that, Shadow? Like, y'all are majority of men are very proud of being dangerous and doing whatever they got to do and being this rough and tough guy until people are actually in agreement with it, and then now they are saying, "Hey, no, that's not majority of us." What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are simple. Literally, I believe most men are dangerous to other men. I believe most men actually have it inherently in their nature that they're willing to not only protect, but not be against women. Sorry, I don't believe that because I know men I work with men on a daily basis. I see men every day. I'm a man myself. I understand this difference between who I was and how I think, how I act and move now. I don't argue with my wife because I don't see a point of being in conflict with her. I think a lot of people are seeing things from a jaded perspective, which is fine. But to say that most men are dangerous to most women is insane. I don't think that's how the world works. I'm sorry. Like
It's not insane. And let me explain to
man,
you how.
okay,
How. When you was out there pimping them young girls, did most people on the street
hey,
see you as a
just to make sure I don't
non-violent
snipe you.
man?
Hey, make sure you don't say no bullshit.
I'm
Make sure
asking
you
you a
say
real
what you're saying
question.
accurate.
No.
I'm
That's a
finna put a
real
bullet in the
question.
chamber right now. Okay. So
That's fine,
again,
but that's a real
all right.
question.
Come on,
So
bro.
here's
When
the
you
Come
was
on,
out
so
bro.
there
let
pimping,
no no no. So
did
let me
We
most
all gotta
people see
chill.
you as a kind,
She,
acceptable gentleman?
go ahead.
no. When I was actually acting out, I stayed acting out because there's a difference in those who again You got to remember, I was 20 at that time, so I was the young wild and out at that time because it was my new freedom, and I chose to be exactly the opposite of what I was raised to be. But most of the men in my circle were not like me, and I had dozens of men in my everyday circle because, again, considering what I was doing as my front, how I was washing my money, literally, I kept a lot of positive men around me and a lot of positive women around me. That's just like when people say all women are XYZ, I say they're
I
full of
think you're
shit
just
because
proving
that's
the
not real.
point. I think you're literally just proving the
Yeah,
point, right?
it is.
You're literally proving the point.
Yeah, you
You
just
don't
did.
see it. I want
don't
you to
know.
see it for yourself. I want you to see it for yourself
So,
of what you're saying.
So what?
Hold up,
I got a
I want to
question.
confirm I got a point.
If good men are around bad men and the good men do nothing about those bad men, what do we call that?
Complacent.
Shit. Somebody who's minding
Complacent.
their business.
Yeah,
I'm minding my
complacent.
business. I ain't got nothing to
And
do with that.
the men that do nothing about anything and they mind their business are those good men.
Wait,
Yeah. I
but
still
they
take care of
have
my
to.
kids.
They have to know what is going on.
Okay, I
You
asked the
have to.
question again.
Okay,
Regardless of
answer to your question, yes.
if the men,
Those are still not good men. Yes, sir.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So they
That's
have to
the point.
answer now. They have to know what's going on.
Shoot, you
And
lying
a
to me.
lot of men, and that's the issue. A lot of men know what's going on.
And now you're making an assumption.
I'm not making an assumption.
I had 30 people on my payroll who didn't know why I went to prison.
But Shadow, again, you're proving the point because you had 30 people around you that had no idea, that had quote unquote no idea, but you think you know what other men are doing, even though you was able to hide what you were doing from 30 men.
I mean, but that sounds like he can be dangerous.
Crazy.
That don't sound like he is dangerous. Y'all saying men are dangerous, which is a very big difference.
I think pimping and pandering and whatever. I don't know. Josh said he was doing like teddy bear pimping. I don't know, but I think that's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it is dangerous. I mean, men can be dangerous. Yes. I mean, shoot, I could be dangerous.
Can be,
I'm
but
dangerous.
not are.
I'm dangerous to a single woman right now.
If Shadow was admittedly able to hide his behavior from 30 men, now he's going to sit there and say, I see men every day. I know what men got going on. While at the same time saying he hid his behavior from 30 plus men. Does that make sense?
Great point.
I also
he's
stole.
not that person no more.
Hold up. I also stole $3 million and nobody knew it. Again, just because I was able to do something doesn't mean people. No, hey, don't play that game. Hey, in 2006 through 13, money was moving easy. We're not having that conversation. Next conversation.
But Shadow, I believe you. I believe you stole the $30 million. So how do you know Javier that's right next to you ain't still 30 million?
Hold on. I didn't say 30. I said 3.
Hold on. So Shadow, those 30 men, could they have been hiding some nefarious things from you as well?
Pause. Yes, they could have, but that doesn't mean that they were. I can agree that you're right. The potentiality is there. But what I'm saying is to immediately believe that it's not just a potential, it's an exact action is insane. You're telling people that most men are. I'm telling you, most men are not. And even when they are, they are not
we're telling you
acting
we met a bunch of shadows.
That's crazy.
We're telling you we met a bunch of shadows.
I think y'all both wrong. I think what y'all trying to say is that most men can be dangerous, and that would just kill this whole conversation. Yes,
no, I agree to that though.
Can be dangerous, but are they dangerous? No, that's a false. That's false.
No, but hold on.
They're not dangerous.
But hold on.
That doesn't mean they're not dangerous to someone else.
They talking about from experience of how men took over other countries.
Just let that taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Shout out to the
Whoa. That was not me.
It's
the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Wait, who got slapped?
Oh shit, it wasn't me, was it?
I'm still here. I'm still here, the verbal assassin. F around the pod. Kills is cool. What are you talking talking way too much this morning. God damn. Oh, sheesh, that was crazy. Welcome to the
Boy,
show,
kills me.
KT the Coat. Good day, sir. How you doing? That was
I'm all right,
vicious.
man. Y'all
You better
crazy. The
be,
joint
you
got
better be
popping off as soon as
careful.
I came up.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I think we just got to rephrase it. That's the only reason why I think Shadow going off and why I'm going off too, to be honest with you, because it just
Hmm.
most men are dangerous is a crazy statement because that means that they at least 51% of the time that they're living, they're on their own demon time, you know, and that's just no, that's
Yes.
ridiculous.
So I think why do you believe so Keon, we understand why Shadow believes it. Why do you believe that majority of men, the 51% or greater, are not dangerous?
Well, because okay, R. That's the main. That's the focal point of your sentence is R. And when
Mm-hmm.
you say that men are something, that means that their makeup, you can even say biologically, this is just who they are. They cannot change nothing about this. They can't make a mistake. It's just who they are. So to me, that's kind of discriminatory when you say that about people that have went to prison, people that have ex criminals. I guess that's the same thing, but ex criminals or just anybody in general who's made a mistake. Because again, I feel like people, not just men, people in general can change. So that's not who they are. It's just what they can do.
It's not who they are, it's how they're socialized. I think you're not understanding. It's a heavy socialization, and this big women are just making everything up is part of it. Because you're right, it's a potentiality, but when you grab a woman's butt without an invitation, when you make a comment with no invitation, when you are displaying these characteristics that women repeatedly say are harassing, unwarranted, is rubbing them the wrong way, y'all do not see it as danger. And
So
maybe
that's
we're putting the danger label on it, but it is concerning, it is pervasive, and it is negative.
but is that accepted in our society? You said it's societal. So but is that is a man randomly rubbing on a woman's butt? Is that accepted?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Oh man.
Where?
Oh
Oh, y'all
no,
are
man.
no,
capping.
Y'all capping.
You don't
What?
think that's acceptable?
That is
no,
absolute
No.
bullshit, bro.
no.
That's
No.
Just walking
crazy.
up to random
No.
bitches like,
So
yo,
you
that
telling me
ass
that woman
fat. Let me
couldn't call
rub
the
that shit.
police and get him locked up? Is that what you're
No, we're
telling
In a
me?
not.
heartbeat.
Hold on. Let's not move the goalposts. We're not saying that a woman cannot call the police again like that. We're not saying that it is not illegal. It is highly illegal. Well, a lot of things that men do. Dropping something in a woman's drink, that is highly illegal. It happens to way more women than we think about, right?
Uh,
When you go to the club, you think most men are not grabbing ass?
ma-
What?
No, no,
look,
Sharon,
Whoa,
bro,
did
Okay,
look,
you
okay,
really
okay.
say
Sharon,
not
bro.
random
no?
ass.
I love,
Random ass.
I
I
love
do not
Sharon,
understand.
bro.
Hold on. I do not want to hear liar language. All you gotta do is answer
okay,
the question,
okay.
and
some
we can
straight
move,
liar language.
we can just have the
Everything
hold
Kim just
on,
said.
hold on. I'm asking questions. We can answer it, yes or no, and then we can build on your answer. It don't have to be that you. I don't understand why y'all feel like I'm talking about you going to the club and you just going around grabbing everybody
No,
else.
we know you talking about most men.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
It's not
no.
personal. Go
Nobody said
ahead.
it was about that.
okay, but
I don't even think he's talking about most men.
it is personal. So now, y'all saying that. Do you want to ask the women? Have they been to the club and a man unsolicited grabbed their ass?
Now
Do
you
you think
moving the goalpost. Now you're
it's
moving the
okay?
goalpost.
I'm asking. If I ask these four women that's on the panel, out of the four of them that are here today on the panel, how many of them would say yes? I got unsolicited ass grabbed.
Man, boy.
Bro,
Probably
that's
I
all
would say
crazy.
four.
yes
Probably
every
all
I'd
time.
say
four.
That's
all
why I don't
four
go
of
to
them.
the club by myself.
Yeah, I'd say
Okay.
all four of them.
Okay, you would say
Now,
all four. That's
now, can we
100%
evolve
of
that
women.
question? Did
So there's
100% of men do that?
It's 100% of women on this panel that had that experience.
Mm-hmm.
And do you
So
still
now,
want to go? So do you still want to go with the fact,
Yeah,
men?
yeah, we have to because we can ask those same
so
women. Have most men
now,
y'all met
did
slapped y'all on
most
the
of them?
ass?
Thank you.
Say what?
Thank you.
Have most we can ask those same women, have most men they've met just slapped them on the ass? And I'm guaranteeing all of them say no.
So hold on. So this is why this is liar language, right? So just because every man that ever walked past them didn't grab their ass doesn't mean that every man didn't at least grab a ass.
Well,
We're saying most.
men. So
Yeah,
the
I'm
most
about to
men,
say,
that
you
most of the
said
men that they've
most.
met in life did not just
let me
randomly
slow
went to
down what I
smack
just
that.
said, because for some reason y'all acting either obtuse or stupid, because stupid means you're doing it on purpose.
Sure.
Just because
Right, because we're disagreeing with the narrative.
Just because every man that walked past Lorena didn't grab her ass.
Well, then don't use the
doesn't
word
mean that
most.
It doesn't mean that all of those men that walked past her never grabbed the ass unsolicited.
Oh,
Nobody
man,
said
brother.
that. You're
That's not
changing the
even the
topic.
point.
We're saying
Okay,
most
all right,
men.
so
If
if-
most
all right,
men
so-
just
so-
grab women's
okay,
ass,
so
that
hold
means
on,
most
hold on,
men
hold
meet
on,
women and
hold
grab
on,
their
please.
ass. It's really quantifiable.
Hold on, please. I need y'all not to be stupid.
Bro, stop
Okay.
using the fucking
Now
word
we're name
stupid if you
calling.
just because we're disagreeing with you.
Now we're name
It's
calling.
not.
Goddamn, dog. That's crazy. No, that's disrespectful as shit, dog.
I wouldn't take it that far, but go ahead, Sharon.
Sharon, can I say something real quick?
This is insane to me.
What's insane, Sharon? Go ahead.
The insane thing to me is that every woman that we could speak to could say some point in their life a man unsolicited grabbed their ass, and then that argument that KT brought up is that doesn't mean that every man walking past them grabs her ass. That's crazy.
That's not even what
What's
I
crazy
said.
about it?
Because that doesn't mean that he didn't do it to Kim or Happy or PH Diva or the verbal assassin, right?
But you're
Some
assuming he
other
did
women
without evidence, right?
some other women experience that other dude that KT is talking about. That
So you saying since KT didn't slap Kim's ass, he probably slapped somebody else's ass?
Correct.
And that's a lie. That's what I'm saying. We can
That's
every man on
crazy.
here tell you we the
It's
fuck that
not a
ain't
lie,
shit bitch.
KT,
Are we
because
now
you
gonna
say
say all all women are
team.
ain't shit because every man that had an ain't shit bitch up here or something?
But you know what though, Sharon, I
It's
still
really
think that
false equivalency.
I think you still moving the goalposts, because in her experience, rather if the man probably slapped somebody else's ass, in her experience, when she walked through that club, most of the men didn't slap her ass. So that's why we're saying for her or you or any argument for men being dangerous, you have to look at the fact that most of the guys in there didn't do that. It was probably
Okay, so all right.
Yeah.
So no, that okay. So let me change it for y'all. So let me read the definition of danger.
Thank
And
you.
maybe
I was going to say maybe danger is not always physical, because although a man may not literally physically reach out and grab my butt, the lewd things that are said can make me feel very uncomfortable and put me in a sense of danger. Just based
uncomfortability
off
is not
of,
danger.
hold
Yes, it
on.
is. Yes,
I
it
said
is.
it
No, it's
can give
not.
me a sense. I said it can give me a sense of danger, because especially if I ask him, please do not make those comments. I do not feel comfortable. And he is still pushing that, still pushing the narrative, still making the lewd comments. Like, at what point does it become danger? Only when it's physical?
Nope. After the first time you've asked him to stop, it then becomes harassment. Literally. But
Y'all,
again,
hold on. Stop saying. Hold on. This is. I cannot believe the thought patterns of what y'all are saying, and y'all actually believe this and not recognizing what you are actually saying. The danger, the definition of danger, the possibility of harm. So, do most men
Guess
have
what?
do most men have the possibility of harm?
you know what? I'm going to give you that. No.
Possibility.
Yes.
Hold on, Sharon.
Yes.
Possibility be messing you up every time we had these conversations. You and this possibility word. You hate
I'm going
that.
by the definition.
Nah, but you
Hold
know.
on, Sharon.
I mean, no, but by that definition,
Wait, no.
anyone has the
I got him.
possibility to be
Hold on, y'all.
dangerous.
Hold
It's
on. I
not
don't know
dangerous.
why this is difficult. I'm going by
Sharon,
the
you just asked the
definition.
question.
I'll finish reading it. It's a little bit more words. Danger is the possibility of harm,
Possibility.
injury, death, destruction, or situation, object that cause such risk. Are we still going to say?
Okay, so when you expand that definition, then the answer becomes no. Initially, the answer was yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, because as
What
you
you mean by
expanded
that?
what
No,
danger is,
I'm gonna stick with
as you
you.
expanded the definition of danger, because I'm not going on your full definition. most
Can
men
I?
are not. Oh, so
No,
But
go ahead.
okay, go
Let
ahead,
me
I just,
let me
Steph.
I,
just
Go
read
ahead.
I
this
just
last
want.
two.
Go
Let me
ahead.
just read this last
Okay.
two verb and you got it.
All right.
Jay Villa, are men dangerous because of survival? Interesting question. I like that. Ashley, Virgo Flame 21 to follow us. If you are a woman that has been violated in some form or fashion, hit the like button on this so they can see. That was an awesome one. Shout out to you. Thank you so
Wow.
much. Go ahead, Virgo.
Like, hey everybody. So I could have waited, really waited, and just, but I have a meeting to go into in 2 minutes. So I just came up here because of the comment earlier, just a little few minutes ago, about it being accepted to touch women in a certain way without, um, permission to do so. And the men, of course, they're saying no. But acceptance is not telling someone, hey, it is okay to do this. Acceptance is a culture of people doing something and no one pushes back on it, or they get patted on the back, or it's laughed at, or even it's denied that it's even happening. Um, so why, if it's not accepted, why is it that women's usually their first usual experience with any type of SA, whether it's minor or it's major, is when they're little girls, and a lot of it is done to them by boys, little boys in school. They touch
Where you
girls
get this from? Where you get this from? I ain't even gonna lie. You can't say that. Like quantify
From
that. I love
life,
you. I
from
love you
life,
dearly.
KT.
Quantify it.
I don't know. Children essay kind of gets me
That's what I'm
uncomfortable. I
I'm
ain't
saying.
gonna lie.
I'm
Quantify it because I'm
seriously
trying to
okay.
figure out
All
where you
right.
get this.
Okay. Shut the fuck Ooh, up. go
Oh,
on.
just yell because you
You
ain't got
must be
you
one
can't
of
you
the
can't
one. You
explain what you
must be
saying.
one of
So
the
just
ones who've
yell.
done it.
I
You
know. That's what we do. We make ad
you mad
hominems
about
because y'all ain't
something?
got no
Why are you
valid way to
mad?
quantify the shit
But
y'all
why
be
are you
saying.
mad? So you must have done it. So
I
you
just
must have
asked you
done
to
it.
quantify it. Now you getting
Did
into
you
oh
do
you
it?
must be a
Did
rapist.
you
I've
do
never
it?
been
Did you
that.
let
I've
me
never had
finish?
to charge.
Did you let me
No,
finish? Did you let me finish?
I'm just
Did you
asking you
let
to
me even
quantify the
finish what I was
statement.
saying? Why are you breaking in on what I was
You
saying?
blaming kids
Shut
for
the
rape,
fuck
bro?
up.
That's crazy.
Shut the fuck
You're goofy. That's goofy shit. You too old for that.
anybody for great. Do you know how people can be SA'd without it being actual penetration? Do you know that? So let me
Yo,
give you a
blaming
quick
kids for
story and
SA
then I'll
is
get off of
wild
this
work.
goofy. Oh my God, Sharon,
This why
come
we up
on.
here saying
Tell him,
y'all women.
can somebody please make him shut up?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with this dude? So now you look like a predator. I'm sorry because you got super
Oh
triggered.
wow.
I couldn't even finish and he got triggered. He's mad all up in his chest. So I'm going to give y'all a story, right? About how a little girl can be what people would refer to or think is, or say, hey, that's kind of SA, right? This little girl was in kindergarten and she was watching the other girls double dutch. And she was wearing a cute little terry cloth short set, whatever, she's a little girl, it's summertime. And there's a group of boys, about 6 of them, sitting behind her on the bench. And all of a sudden, while she's just standing there, right? And it said, watching the girls double dutch, not knowing she's in major danger. One of the boys gets up and pulls down her shorts along with her panties all the way to her ankles. And they laughed. It was hilarious. And the little girl stood there and didn't know what to do. She was not protected in any way. She was crying and she had to bend down and pull up her shorts and her panties while the boys thought it was hilarious. Where the hell did they learn to do
I mean,
that?
they
If
do
you
that.
want
I
to
mean,
tell me, shut
they
your
do
ass
that to
up
little
because I'm not
I
boys.
mean, you've
finished.
been talking for
Shut.
two
What girls
minutes,
do
man.
that?
God damn.
What girls do that to little
God
boys?
All right,
damn,
all
dog.
right. Hold on,
What
hold on,
girls do
hold on,
that to little
hold on,
boys?
hold on, because I do not want it to be this sensitive of a topic.
I really
So
don't.
we are not
I
going
don't
to
want to talk
just
about this.
turn it into an argument fest just because you feel like you haven't done it. Let her finish her story, because I do not want to turn this to a conversation about young people, little kids, please. So let her finish her story so we can get it out. Go ahead, Verbal.
The point of that story is that it's not the first time. Girls go through this throughout their young lives growing up. Being at the skating rink, just skating, and some boy just skates up behind you and touches you on your butt. Where are boys? Forget the men. Where are boys? This is starting early, is the point that I am making. And those types of things stay with a girl for the rest of her life. That humiliation, that disrespect, and that assault stays with her for the rest of her life. Now, I know you men don't care. I understand that. That's why I don't give a shit about you either. But don't tell me that it's not accepted, because these boys are learning it from somewhere, and I'm off.
No, I just think you're disgusting as a person to try to use that as an example as how men are just bad. I think you're disgusting as a person personally. That's why I had a problem with it. I don't even want to talk about sexual assault when it comes to kids personally, but since we have to, there are a lot of kids
She's
get
not
pants.
saying men are just bad. She's saying it's a
I don't care what
culture,
she's
and the
saying
culture
personally.
comes from
I honestly
somewhere.
don't. I
The
honestly don't
culture
give a damn.
comes from some. Where in her story did she say men are just bad? She
I think
literally said,
that's
"I don't even want to talk
disgusting.
about."
That is disgusting.
She
That's
So do
literally
we.
ended it
Yeah,
So
with
do you think it's
saying,
disgusting
"Men,
to say
I don't
men?
like you men either." Her exact words were,
Hold on. Let people finish being heard, please. I do not want to. It's already sensitive right
I'm
now.
done. I said I just said it
Hold
was
on,
disgusting.
Keon. Hold on. I'm going to set the stage so you can finish saying what you're saying. And you already did your insults. Don't try to start your new conversation with an insult. All right. So we're gonna go Keon, Kim West, Shadow, KT, and then welcome into Simon Hector. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you.
Go ahead, Keon. If
Like I
you
said,
have any.
I've already said it. I think it's
Okay, you
disgusting. Go
good?
ahead.
Okay, you good. All right, go ahead, Kim West, Shadow, KT, then Simon.
I would like to
Yes,
speak
what
at
I
this
think
time.
is being,
Okay.
I'm sorry, severely
Yeah.
discounted is that these experiences, the way women develop their thought process about quote unquote men are dangerous. It is, yes, it starts from a very, very young age of not only everybody from our parents to our grandparents to our uncles to our big brothers telling us stay away from these boys, stay away from these men, change your clothes because men are coming around, don't wear that, don't be yourself, you must change yourself and curtail yourself, and something about you to keep yourself safe from these males. I've never in my 66 years of life heard any male being told change your clothes because Aunt Betty's coming. You know how Aunt Betty is, so change your clothes. Never heard it.
False.
So it's false that I didn't hear it.
I mean, you may not have heard it, but it's been said.
I didn't.
Definitely.
Right. So,
Well,
hold
you
on,
could
hold
tell
on.
your
So
story when it's your
hold
time.
on, hold on. So this way we don't get stuck on that point. It's not what she's saying. That is not something that is
Yeah,
said
all I
to
said was false.
majority.
You can keep going.
Hold on. But no, but we got to understand the conversation. You are trying to have the conversation that somewhere somebody said it once time before,
They
right?
definitely
And
tell men to put their shirts on when the family's coming over to put your shirt on.
hold on. And we get it that you're saying somebody somewhere said it once before. But in the general sense, this is not being said to young boys. Go ahead,
She's not
finish up
even a
your.
boy. She's not even a guy. How would she know? Like, what are we
Okay,
talking about?
what we talking
Because
about
I'm
that
married to a
majority.
man. I got a boyfriend. I
I
have
don't know why we
adult
trying to act
male
like we
sons.
confused.
I mean,
Okay, but let
are
Kim West
around
finish it up.
men.
Hold on, let me just set it up. So again, Kim West, finish up your thought. Shadow, KT, Simon, then Lorena. Go ahead.
See, it is always a discount. I'm just telling reality, and 50 women, 100 women can get up here and say the same thing from the churches to the schools to the playground. And he'll come up here like, oh, my mama told me to put on my shirt that one time. Well, when your mama told you to put on your shirt one time, was that because your auntie was going to come grab your penis? No, it wasn't. It's just because of respect of the women. And everybody don't necessarily want to see that. It wasn't to keep
Same
you,
for the
quote
women.
unquote, safe. It wasn't to keep you safe. It wasn't so Aunt Betty wouldn't touch you. Okay? So, furthermore, you're discounting every single account at every point that every woman will tell you about having these pervasive experiences with males violating them mentally, physically, their space, their family, their safety, their sense of safety, that it's being violated in multiple different ways, in multiple different realms, all at the church, all at the school, all at the playground, all at the skating ring. And your rebuttal is, I was told to put my shirt on.
All right. So, go ahead, Shadow.
So I'm gonna actually counter her argument as a whole. So first and foremost, I even since I was a kid, I've heard of those fast ass and mannish little girls. So to say that that's not a thing is both disingenuous and just absolute nonsense. And two, yes, we always little boys have heard about the aunties. Here's the thing though, little boys aren't protected from the aunties that do that. Yes, they warn the little girls that this is a thing because it can happen. But get this, when it happens to the little boy, most of the time it gets brushed under the rug. So if we're really going to have this conversation, this is why I have a problem with the conversation. Because we're not being honest about what actually happens. We're saying, oh, yeah, well, most men are dangerous. Well, we knew teachers that were having sex with young, anyway, we knew, again, when we look at the actual facts of what happens, when we look at actual things that have happened, when you literally say men are dangerous because this can happen, and we say, well, wouldn't women be dangerous because this does happen as well? And you said no because they're not men, that is disingenuous as shit. And the fact that what y'all are saying, because we can say not most men are dangerous, because literally as men and as boys, we spent most of our life around other men and boys. Then you're like, well, you don't know what they did in the dark. Well, you're right. But I also don't know a lot of women and what they've done in their life and what they do in the dark. But I've heard a lot. I had a twin sister, and I've heard a lot of her conversations with her friends and some of the degenerate shit that they say at all times. Oh, I like the way he was. I went and tried to touch him, and he kind of moved back. I think that nigga was gay. Yeah, but we're gonna pretend that's not a thing. But by the same definition, if a woman were to holler at a dude and a dude were to shoot her down, all the men around him start making fun of him because the way he's acting, because of how society acts. So to pretend that women don't do this shit is goofy as shit. I'm done.
KT to go.
I'm gonna just take it a little bit step further than what Josh was saying. I always say like it's a middle ground, right? And I think if we just start coming to that more, like these conversations may be able to work better. Because in all honesty, like the definition of danger, like you said, it's the possibility of, right? Everybody in this world has possibility of danger. But do we live our life? If we say we're going to live our lives in fear of something because danger can happen, well, we just might as well unalive ourselves at this point. Because the possibility of danger exists whenever you hop in your car, driving down the road. Somebody could just randomly hit you. You know what I'm saying? You just walk into the street, the store down the street. Somebody could just randomly start buzzing. You know what I'm saying? So the possibility of danger exists everywhere. I think we just have to stop being so extreme, man. Like, cause even with this conversation here, the all man point, that's why we're so at what I'm gonna say, me personally, I'm not gonna speak for nobody else. That's why I'm so adamant in the disagreements I have, because it, factually speaking, it's just not most men. Like, we know most people don't commit crimes. Yes, there's a group of men who commit crimes. Should we now start basing how we look at society and move through it off this small, not saying that it's not a problem, but this group that you have a low likelihood of coming in contact with, should we really base our lives around those extremes? I don't think so. And I think
Yes,
if
we
anything,
do, because that's how society
Hold on,
and
Kim.
laws
Hold on,
work.
Kim.
It's
Hold
a
on.
law against
We did-
murder
Hold on,
because
Kim.
it
Hold
can
on.
happen.
Kim. Everybody's been doing good. Everybody's been getting a full thought out.
no, it's all right. I'm done.
Let's keep it going that way.
Sharon,
Finish
who's
up,
next?
KT.
No, I'm done. I landed right there.
Who's next?
Okay, go ahead, Simon, then Lorena.
Simon?
All right, let me tell you something real quick, okay? Because I ain't got much time. The thing is like, we'll process this through what we learn, what we know, and no, shout out to the lady. You know what I'm saying? She was talking some real shit, but fact of the matter is it's down to your parents. You know, like the way you operate and the way you talk and the way you speak and the way you move, it's down to your parents. It's like who taught you how to speak like that? And when I see some vernacular like that, like when the lady speaks like that, they ain't like you're not moving cautious. You know what I mean? So like you gotta appreciate when men who you've been interacting with, that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you know, we ain't gonna hold you accountable to it because you can do what the hell you want. But at the same time, um, what it is you know, if you're in that position, you're in that position. Like you know, your parents they didn't do a good job. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard for people, you know, to understand this sort of stuff because you know, at the end of the day, the only reason why this woman is acting like this is because her parents didn't do a good job. There is no way I would let my child out on road like that, like to experience prostitution or experience like things that are outweigh.
Hold on, Kim.
Yeah, what?
I got it, Kim. Hold on, Simon. Nobody brought up sex work. You probably misunderstood.
No, I didn't misunderstood. I'm saying like there's an extreme, you know, right, middle, left. Okay, so but the way she taught, it's just like, oh, you know, like, oh, men of this, men of that. No, ain't that. It's like your parents. Your parents didn't bring you up right, you know, and no, it ain't your fault, you know.
Okay. Go ahead, Lorena.
All right. So I am totally with Verbal Assassin on this one because the little, it does a lot of times start with little boys and little girls. And I know it's a very uncomfortable topic, but unfortunately, it is indeed a truth. I don't know how many females on this panel had things happen when they were younger, but I know I, for one, have experienced molestation at a very early age. And I know my daughter has also experienced it. And both times it was not a grown man, it was little boys, boys that were around our age, which is between my daughter was 4 when it happened to her, and I was 5 when it happened to me. So I really feel like the fact that y'all are like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. It's very uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable because it is an issue within this community that is constantly swept under the rug and we act like it doesn't happen, like it's not something that's real. And it's a reality for a lot of us girls. And a lot of us are trapped and traumatized at those ages where we're having these experiences that are unwarranted. We didn't ask for them. We don't know how to talk about them because other people feel uncomfortable when we go to them to talk about it, especially
That's
those men
fact.
in our
You
lives,
see what I'm
those
saying?
fathers.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've talked about it plenty of times. My
Are we
first
going in the
act was
line?
with a grown woman, right? Like I was 8, and this woman was almost 30. So should it, like off that basis, should I now say like, all y'all women are predators? And let's be very
I
clear.
guess.
If I say that to you, would you really sit there
No,
and
but
say,
nobody
well,
said
because
all men, and that's a smoke screen that y'all keep
y'all keep
trying to
saying most
use.
men, most men, most
Hold on,
women?
please. Hold on. Just address what he's saying. The problem is it will have to happen to the majority of young men or majority
And she
of.
just said,
Hold on. No,
my
no, no,
son
no.
has a
Hold
grown
on.
girlfriend that says like, oh
Hold
my
on.
God, you're so
I've been. Hey, listen. I don't want interruptions when I'm talking. I'm answering your question. It will only work if majority of men were saying these things are happening to them. What we are getting though, that majority of women are saying that this happened to them. So you
No,
cannot use your experience
They
and
are not. You're
and the
using the
men and the men
experience somebody
experience
said
as
themselves.
if I just told y'all, right, that I did not want to be interrupted.
Yeah, but Sharon,
Yeah, spreading
I
false
just
narratives
told
don't,
y'all I
like,
do
just because
not
you
want
don't
to
want to
be
be interrupted, I
interrupted.
don't mean we should let you say false shit.
Sharon, you want to have the
I
conversation?
just told y'all I do not want to be interrupted.
We're trying to be real with you, bro.
Did you hear what I just said? Yes or no? Did you hear me?
I heard you, bro, but I'm just saying we're
Okay,
trying
so
to be real
therefore
with
be
you.
quiet. The reason why the correlation does not fit is because it doesn't happen to majority of men. It damn near happened to 100% of women across the world, not just in America. So we got to be conscious of what our ladies are saying and stop trying to sweep it under the rug like they are lying.
It's not about lying.
I'm not saying they're lying in their experience,
I
but you're
did not
lying.
want to be interrupted.
I don't care. I don't
Calling
want
my
to hear you
name
lie.
doesn't mean that it's okay. I told you, so I need you to listen. Simple and plain. So we cannot keep sweeping it under the rug as if what our ladies are saying that they are all lying. When it's the majority of them having this experience. It's up there like 98% of women had something happen to them. Whether it's something as small as just a grab ass, which most men would sweep under the rug. Majority of men are not getting locked up for grabbing a woman on her ass.
So you're saying we're supposed to sweep under the rug, getting molested?
Okay,
You saying that?
all right, Simon, I guess you can't listen. I tried. I told you I didn't want to be interrupted. So the fact that men cannot even listen for what their sisters are saying, as somewhere in the upper 90% clip of women around the world have experienced this. And we know for a fact that majority of men are not going to get locked up for grabbing up an ass. Majority of men here knows at least one man that they was in the club with was wilding and he grabbed the ass. At least one. And that's every man in the world know at least one other man that did that. Now, of course, we will prepare our ladies with tell them to take knives, pepper spray, and all these other precautions. However, when something happened to them, for some reason, it is a plethora of men that say, I don't believe you. So if it ain't, you preparing them for all these things, somehow you don't know none of their goddamn attackers. It doesn't make sense. It is okay for us just to listen to our women and say, hey, it's something going on. Maybe it ain't you specifically, but something is happening to the bulk of them. And we keep minimalizing it by giving some bullshit as excuse because it's not every man that she encountered. But somehow every woman has encountered somebody that did something to them by a man. Listen to what y'all saying and who you are communicating to. Stop being so self-centered that you think that when I say men are dangerous, I'm talking about you specifically. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sharon. Like, seriously.
It's not no thank you, Sharon.
Everybody give a clap for Sharon. You give a clap for
It's
Sharon.
a show and he's gonna cry if we don't shut up and he'll kick us off. It's not like you said something
I
factual.
don't get too sensitive, brother. It don't matter. Give a clap for Sharon for that good ass soliloquy that he just gave for all these women. You know what? At the end of the day, Sharon, you know why I feel like that? Even why I say it was disgusting for you to bring up two children doing something to another child and to say that this is the reason why all men or most men or whatever percentage of goofy ass men that you think that you deserve to say is dangerous is because it is disgusting. disgusting. It is weird. It is trifling. It's trifling as hell for you to use children as an example of why grown ass men are dangerous, because those are children. And I'm pretty sure if any parent, if any male or women, or any man or female, whatever type of title you want to use, would see that type of shit, they would probably have some type of punishment for whatever children did that. Because again, it's not because the children did it because they want to have some type of sexual thing happen to them or have some type of sexual assault. It's because they was pantsing the girl. And for you to try to take the innocence away from that child and say it's because of some type of sexual reasoning is weird and disgusting, especially when you're using it for the simple fact that you think that all or most men or whatever general whatever hell you want to use for men is dangerous, is disgusting. And that's the only reason why I said that. It ain't because I'm trying to diminish that it doesn't happen. Are you crazy? I know that type of stuff happened.
Hold on, Keon.
Okay, now go ahead.
Keon, did I say that? Did I use that example?
Sure. If you said it or not, brother, you're implying that. You're agreeing with other people, so it doesn't matter if you said it.
Hold on. You got to make sure I understand you are charged up. But when you are framing what you're saying, and I let it go, you're making it seem like I brought up something about children. Did I bring up something about children?
Okay, so now you're making it personal. So now you're making it personal.
You're
doing the same thing you just told us 5 minutes ago not to do.
Keon. The reason
if the shoe fits,
you personally said me. You said Sharon. You brought such and such up.
Is that okay? Okay, well, I apologize. No, it wasn't about you, brother. But the shoe fits, you know.
Please hold on. So that's why I want you to clarify. So this way, there's no confusion about.
So you just wanted me to clarify if I was talking about you? That's all you got from that whole entire thing that I just said?
You said his name specifically, though. So
okay, well, anyway, so like I was saying, it's disgusting and it's weird for you to try.
Well, this is crazy. So let me get this right. Shadow, what do you think what he did was dangerous?
Yes. Oh, my bad. You asked Shadow.
Shadow, do you think what he just did was dangerous? Okay.
I don't know.
Because did he accuse me of something that I did not do?
Yeah, I went back and listened to it just in case you didn't actually bring up the kids.
Thank you. That's dangerous.
Like I said, and I can see why he thought you did because of the conversation you had afterwards. And it implied that you were agreeing with what she was saying, even though you did not say it yourself. So I can actually see exactly why you said something wrong, but the statement was inaccurate based that just because you understood what she was saying doesn't mean that you were saying the same thing, right?
Correct. But that was very dangerous what he did. Because we know what people would do with what he just said. They would take what he said and run with that and turn it into a whole show.
Kind of like all men are dangerous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. In real time.
So you know what you're doing is dangerous.
Hold on.
KT, you're the only one saying all men.
Most men. Y'all be lying like hell because y'all will go from all men and then.
And I'm gonna have a conversation about what I want to talk about. You're not going to keep on moving it away from what I want to talk about just because you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm saying something very specific. When I do a show about all those degenerate women that is doing this to our young boys, KT, then you could come tell us your story.
Sharon, so is the point that you're saying today is most men are dangerous to most women? Or most men are dangerous to all women? I'm asking so I can follow. I'm trying to track. I'm trying to track the conversation.
No, you're not.
Wasn't the topic today, should we trust women?
It's not possible. That's not possible. If I'm saying things that y'all not even disagreeing with, you're not even pulling out the things that I'm saying that you disagree with. That is the craziest part to me. I'm saying things
Did you or did you not say most men are dangerous to all women?
And did I not back it up
Hold
with
on.
stats and data?
Okay, that's a question with a question.
Over 90% of women, factually, stat-wise, you could go look it up yourself.
So, you know what?
No.
In fact, no. I actually have.
Hold on.
See, and now you're gonna try to spread some bullshit again, and you keep wondering why we keep getting mad.
Hold on. You are not arguing with me. This is not me.
Yes, I am. I'm actually arguing with you.
No, you're not. Hold on. No. It is stats behind this. So you're not arguing with my point of view. You're not arguing with my opinion. You're not arguing what I think. Go look up the facts yourself. This is
okay.
Most
sexual harassment cases aren't touching butts.
Not
they're verbal.
My opinion.
Yes, it is. Most sexual harassment cases.
Most sexual harassment is verbal. And I was going to ask you that had you not decided you want to keep the narrative going.
Opinion.
Yes, we are talking about actual.
Hold on. If you just listen instead of arguing, you cannot pull out one aspect of something and say this is the reason why it disproves all 90 other things that men are doing to women. You could put out the verbal version, you have the physical version, the threat of being trafficked, the threat of being kidnapped, the threat of domestic, like the list goes on and on. And y'all keep trying to pull out one statistic and say that negates all the other 10. All the other things that are happening.
Hey, Sharon, let me just apologize. I'm not trying to have nobody do that to you. I wasn't even looking at it like that. I was just having a conversation. So I do apologize if that's my bad. My bad, brother.
And that's why I wanted to slow it down so this way it could be very pinpointed to what was being said, because you got passionate about it. So that's why I didn't want to jump in when you was going, but I had to slow it down once you started to, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted it to be pinpointed to what we was having a conversation about.
No, I got you.
Okay.
Sean,
I have a question. How do we choose better men if all the red flags are not really red flags?
Before we move it to that, that's another topic. I got y'all. Hold on, before we keep moving it.
Sharon, I have a question based on the conversation we're having right now. Okay, I'll wait.
Hold on, please. I need y'all, men, to understand this. It's a plethora of things that are happening to women. I want y'all to be fair in the conversation. Stop trying to pull out one situation and say that is not most men doing that one thing. I gave a plethora of things. Also gave a plethora of examples that is happening this month. I'm backing it up. I'm not just talking. This is not me you are arguing with. Go look up the stats yourself if you're really concerned about it. Stop trying to act as if I'm saying something that I think, that I believe, or that is my opinion, because that's not what I'm doing. You could go and look up any of this data. Over 90% of women worldwide has something happen to her.
Okay, so I'm going to go off the data you have. Yes, Sharon, worldwide. And 78.34% of that was fucking verbal. And do you know what the definition of that is? By literal definition of what the fuck is in that same stat. No, I'm tired of you stopping me every time I'm trying to prove you wrong.
That's $4.
I did not understand you. Hold on. 3% of it is what?
78.3% of it is fucking verbal.
60.
And guess what? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
You can never disprove my point. Let me stop you every time you're making it. That's the kind of shit we keep going through.
Hold on. And you need to calm down and have a conversation. What you saying, again, I just asked you not to pull out one thing. You saying
Sharon.
Oh my God, this is just ridiculous.
Hold up, you know what? In fact, I'm not even gonna argue it anymore. I'm gonna just post as my fucking picture so you can't argue facts anymore. I'm tired of you saying you're speaking facts, and I just brought one up. And keep in mind,
You did
verbal
not.
harassment is literally communicating by an unwarranted person. Fucking congratulations. That's not the same thing as fucking assault. Stop it.
Well, what if that verbal?
Hold on. Can words be considered assault?
The definition for verbal harassment is very specific.
Hold on. I asked you a very specific question.
Yes, Sharon, it can be. It can definitely be assault.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know, why did you say that?
You want to know why you don't fucking know why I said it? Had I got through the sentence, you probably would have figured it out.
So you can see. It's assault, right? Words is assault.
No, Negro, because something can be something.
All words assault. By definition.
Yes, they are.
Hold on. I need to have this understand. This is why the conversation got slowed down. Shadow. All words assault. By definition.
Words can be assault, yes.
Thank you, because that's why it's called assault.
No,
and
we're here. Assault and battery. Next.
Thank you, because battery is something that. Thank you. That's why it's called assault. And
typically, assault and battery doesn't.
Thank you.
Usually verbal.
When you physically, right? The battery is when you physically do something to somebody. That's the battery. So again, we as men have to stop sweeping these things under the rug and try to minimalize these things. We gotta call a
Sharon,
thing.
what is verbal assault?
We cannot backtrack it now. Please.
No, we didn't even get to it. Don't call it backtracking when you're lying.
Hold on, wait. Let me say. Okay, go ahead.
No, all right, you're right. You know what, Sharon, you're right. 98% of women are always fucking victims, and 78% of that is verbal. Fuck out of here.
Man, it don't even matter. Sharon, you acting like niggas it's like Dr. Xavier, and we gonna know when a woman or a man is about to verbally assault, physically assault, and we can just jump in and stop this stuff like Superman come on, bro. Like we don't men don't have
what we trying to get you to understand that kind of lane. So I could pass it to DJ Jen so she could get her words in as well, and so everybody can get their back into having a conversation. What we have
to
understand.
The fucking conversation. This is a narrative that you're spreading. You're trying to stop.
Hold on, Shadow. Just because you don't believe is one doesn't.
No, that shit's wild, dog. You sat there and fucking lied to me to my goddamn face. You're sitting there telling me what the fuck I said, bro. That's just crazy.
Calm down.
That shit's wild, homie.
Calm down. So this is the thing, Keon. Men gotta stop sweeping these things under the rug, because that's the very thing that keeps it going. When we try to minimalize what assault is by saying, it's just verbal, like, so what, she got verbally assaulted.
I don't think most men do that. I don't
it
agree.
It just happened. Okay.
He's literally ignoring the definition.
Go ahead, DJ Genesis. Hold on. You need to calm down. Go ahead, DJ Genesis. So go ahead.
I think that people are more like, they get more upset when you verbally assault a dog or a child. But they don't understand that even humans like that are older can also feel verbal like intimidation. If a guy is bigger than them or stronger than them, and you're using your verbal words, that those things can be intimidating and assaulting. Like, I don't understand why you like, it's only that it's words. Okay, well, if a person is intimidated by somebody's words, that can be assaultive. Like what do you mean? What does that word make that person feel, and how does that word might intimidate that person? Why do we not take any accountability into the words that we speak and how they are spoken and how they can affect the person that we speak them to? Why do you think that because a person is speaking words that it's not equally as effective as putting your hands on somebody? I mean, even the Bible says the tongue is sharp as a sword. So I'm just trying to understand why we don't understand how words are powerful and how a person uses their words.
Because verbal assault has a definition. Verbal assault actually has a meaning. And
This
literally,
coming from the dude
and the
who went to
definition,
prison for
and the definition,
cyberbullying, according to you,
because I
cyberbullying.
hurt,
Oh damn.
because I
Oh
hurt somebody.
oh damn.
Again,
Oh,
you know what? Hey, wait a minute. You know what,
We
Kim?
don't got to
I,
keep bringing
I,
up
I
her
said I was
past.
gonna let it go. Now I'm actually gonna be petty about it.
do that. Uh oh.
But do you hear how
Yeah,
you're
nah.
talking? If you were to like re-listen back to how you talk, right? If you were talking like that to a woman that's probably like 4'1", would you think that she might be intimidated by how you're speaking to her? You don't think that might be
Yeah,
frightening?
that could be intimidating. But listen, Verbal came up here. I said something as soon as she said something about kids. She started instantly verbally assaulting me. Do you think now that I'm about to sit there and be like, oh, this is verbal assault or something, right? Like, it is an act of it. Do that mean like I'm going to sit there and act like, oh, I'm scarred for life? That's what I'm saying. No offense, and
So
I'm not
it's a
saying men and
threat.
women are the same, but
Word.
like,
I'm
It's one thing.
gonna show you the
Hold
gangster I
on,
really am today.
hold
It's
Now, I'm
on,
gonna show
one
you how
hold
I'm
thing.
on,
playing today.
hold on, y'all, hold
Yeah,
on,
hey
hold
Kim,
on,
kick rocks. Come back.
hold on, please, hold on 1 second. Keon,
Yes, sir.
please,
Yes, sir.
I need to. What KT just did, is that not gaslighting, bro? Like we talking about something, and then he brought up. Yo, my.
because when it makes sense that your logic
Go
would
ahead.
stand for not only men but women, it's not gaslighting.
Don't let Keon off the hook.
No. The KT got this. What you talking about? That's a grown man. He got this. Go ahead, brother.
No, like I said, your logic would apply outright across the board. That's what I'm saying. That's all. That's why I'm asking that question or making that statement. I'm
So
saying,
what?
like, if this is the case, all of a sudden, hold up. If we just like acting like every case of verbal assault or disagreement.
Hey, whoever's jumping up to save Kim, drop 50. I'm gonna drop 150 next time. Let's go. I put $3,000 in today. I'm fucking playing this game today. Let's get it.
Hold on.
I'm funding China today. Let's go. I'm funding your next trip.
Hold on. Kim West, do you want to address shout out? I don't know.
Yeah, go cry to your white mama.
Slap the
Go
taste out of
cry
your
to
mouth.
your white.
Cool.
I'd
Got
like
it.
to see it.
Deuces, bitch. Yeah, you got that one. Let's play that game. Nigga, y'all don't understand. I play games like this. I do this shit like this. Let's go. Let's play this fucking game today.
Well, I wanted to ask KT the GOAT. If
y'all do understand, like, hold on. I'm going to pass it to you. Shout out to Time Wise. Stop playing with me today, Kim.
Yes, savor this time. Let's go. Play the game. I'm gonna show you how much I made this. I'm gonna show you how much I made yesterday. Let's play. Let's fund Sharon's next trip to China. Let's get that shit today. Yeah, Shadows in gangster mode now. Let's go, homie.
Y'all are crazy as hell.
So aggressive.
Go ahead, DJ Genesis.
So what I was saying is if a Chihuahua is barking and a pit bull is barking, which one do you think is going to be more aggressive and more intimidating, the Chihuahua or the pit bull? You know, Chihuahua might be a little bit annoying, but pit bull might scare you.
I mean, if you had a Glock, you wouldn't have to worry about neither one of them. I'm just saying.
Well, you know,
But as women, we don't have a Glock, so I'm really
Why
confused
not?
right now
Why not? That's a good.
because
I
I'm a
mean, if
7-year-old
we
little
saying all
girl. I
men are
don't have
bad,
a Glock.
okay.
Like
Well, if we say
we have
all men are
already.
bad and men
I didn't say
are,
all men.
well,
I
not
didn't say
all,
all
most
men.
men are bad,
I
and
didn't
we're
say most
saying that
men either. I just made a general statement that men are. It's just, like if the shoe don't fit, why y'all keep trying to wear it? I'm so confused.
because
It's
when
like
you
all
say
of y'all are
most or all
internalizing
men, but
this.
don't specify, you're not really talking
I
about
don't
most
say
or all
most
men. It gets
or
confusing.
all. I just say men
And
because we all have the capacity to be a certain way. But when Sharon is pulling out statistics, he is bringing out the numbers. You can't fight numbers. The
Yes, you
numbers are
can
always.
when those numbers
when
are
we get
skewed.
But wait a minute.
into those
You
numbers,
can't.
Yes,
like you
you
said,
literally can.
67% of those.
Can we stop using this
like numbers,
personal?
right?
Can we stop using this personal argument? Just because I disagree with you, don't mean I'm making it personal. I just disagree with what you're saying. Like I don't. It ain't got nothing to do with me making it personal. At least not me. I don't think I'm making it
And that's the
personal.
thing. It's not personal. We're arguing actual numbers, and they're like, you're just personalizing it. No, what you're saying is inaccurate, and it's dangerous for the fucking people who are listening to you.
All right,
You're
show me
saying
the stat.
you're
Show me the
implying
stat.
that
Show me the
most men
stat.
are
Show me the
dangerous.
stat.
$8.
This is bullshit.
I never said
Hey, here you
most
go.
men.
No,
I
Sharon,
am
here's the stat.
saying.
Show me the
Sharon, you
stat.
want the stat? I'm sending it to you right now.
Are
No,
most
so
bulldogs? Are most pit bulls dangerous?
They have the possibility thereof.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There's a
Yes.
list. There's a whole list of dogs that are considered dangerous.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean all pit bulls. Doesn't mean your pit bull is a dangerous pit bull. It doesn't mean my pit bull is a dangerous pit bull. But because it is a pit bull, it has a higher possibility of being dangerous than a chihuahua. So all we're saying is that men have a higher possibility of being dangerous than a woman. We're not saying that women cannot be dangerous, that women are not dangerous, that
That's
most women are or are not dangerous. We're not saying any of that.
so
All
you.
we're saying is men have a higher possibility of being dangerous than a woman.
But you're
That's
making it seem
not
like
what's
it's
Agree.
a
being
wrong
said.
thing.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
but
No,
that's
no,
You're
not
making
no.
what.
it seem like
That's
it's a
not what's
wrong
being
thing,
said.
and that's not our fault. We was just
Hold
born
up,
that way. How can that
bro.
like we
Even what
can't
she
help
said
that?
is not
There's
accurate.
no right or
That's not
wrong.
what's
We're
been
just
said.
literally making a statement. It's not a right or
Right.
wrong.
But here's the issue. Your
Okay.
statement is literally that men, but again, I'm going to say this again. You're saying men have the potential. That is not the conversation we've been having. We have been told not 15 times today that
They are.
men are,
Thank you.
not might be, not maybe, not potentially, not possibly, men are dangerous to women consistently. And then he backed it up with saying 98% of women did it, which implies exactly what the fuck I just said.
But here's the thing: is
That
that
nigga
okay?
spitting.
Like I said, let's go back to my analogy, right?
That's
So they made laws in neighborhoods, right? Not because all pit bulls are dangerous, but because the majority of pit bulls are dangerous. And so, unchecked and unbalanced, they could be very dangerous or whatever. So, the bottom line is that okay, yeah, I get it. Men don't want to be seen as a dangerous thing. You could probably have a very undangerous man. But the statistics show, right? If you put just like a pit bull or any other animal in its environment, the wrong environment, they can become dangerous. See, and you're a tall. Could you imagine like on this whole time and talking
this
and
nigga,
you
man.
see how you like do push-ups now? Do you think that's that be intimidating to a person,
That
a
nigga
woman?
ovulating.
It would be intimidating to me as a
Nah.
5 foot woman. Yes, I'm only 5 feet tall,
Would you be
so
scared?
it's like for
okay,
me,
so
yeah,
hold on,
it's very
ladies. Hold
intimidating.
on. So let me read something. I
Fucking
just pulled
stupid.
up. I just pulled up one. All right. So, oh my god, what is this? Let me hold on. All right. So, it says SA statistics. Assault remains a pervasive global issue affecting individuals across all demographics, according to the WHO, World Health
Health organ.
Organization. Huh?
World Health Organization. My bad. I was.
Yeah, that's weird. 30% of women worldwide have been subjected to physical and or SV violence by an intimate partner or non-partner. UNICEF reports that over 370 million girls and women, approximately 1 in 8 globally, this is globally, experienced the R word, RSA, before the age of 18. When including non-contact forms of SV, such as verbal abuse or online harassment, this figure rises to 650 million, or 1 in 5. And you saying that it's not a problem?
Oh, yeah, that's
No,
scary.
nobody.
Sure,
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
You know
Nobody
what?
ever makes
I
the
would
argument
never
of.
So
diminish
who
a
you think
woman.
is that? Who you
I
think
would
is the
never.
Who
perpetrator?
literally
Hold
I
on,
would
said
wait,
it's
wait,
not
wait,
a
wait, 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 wait.
problem?
Wait.
You
hold down,
just
hold
put
on,
There you
words
go,
in our
Sharon.
mouth
There you
hold
go,
again.
Sharon.
on,
There you go,
hold
Sharon.
on. I don't know what's. Hold on. Who you think are the perpetrators of this?
I will never diminish a woman's problems at
I
all.
mean,
I know that this
Hold
happens
on,
to
I need
women.
a question answered.
Oh
Who
man, brother.
is Who are the perpetrators in this thing?
Man,
Primary male, but there are women perpetrators as well. Next, what's your point?
Thank you. So why? All right, 650 million, and then we got
Huh.
62 million doing what online, and then we got another, and then we got
1 in
10
5 is high.
this
One
month
in five.
alone. This month alone, just black women. This month alone, 10 black women gone. That's not even going across the other demographics. That's not going global. That's this month alone. And then also in New York City, a 14-year-old girl walking to school, minding her business, don't even know the young man, got picked up, body slammed, and stomped in her head, and it was about 4 other young men around videotaping it.
This month alone, seven black men were killed by their black women.
Like
Yeah,
also,
all
we
men are
had the,
dangerous,
I'm
man.
talking.
So you're talking
also
12% versus
hold on. Also, we got the situation today with Joseline saying, "Hey, this man is I'm in danger of my life, I believe, because of the threatening things this man has said to me." That could go on and on as well, right? We have a long history of men just threatening, even though that's just verbal. He ain't do nothing to her. He just said some words. That's all he did. And there's other men that will just say some words. We cannot, out of 650 million people that this is affecting, the sweeping under the rug has to stop.
And that's where you're gaslighting again.
No. Don't say he's absolutely right. Don't say that he's gaslighting on that point. He's absolutely right.
So, do you men, the men that's on this panel, do y'all agree that there?
Oh my
Do y'all agree that there are more women than there are men?
No, I think it's more
No, I
50,
think it's about half and
51,
half.
49. Yes.
Sharon, can you please pull up the numbers? Can you please pull up the numbers, because now I'm understanding where y'all are not seeing what
I
it
can
really
pull up.
is.
Yeah, I can pull
Sharon,
up.
okay, if someone can please pull up how many men there are to women, because I already know the
51%.
answer.
Are you talking about the United
51%
States
of
or
the
the
world's
world?
population. No, 50%,
No, the world.
51% of the
Either
world
one.
population is
What is the
male.
percentage
Yes,
of the world?
49.3 is the female population in the world in total.
Gender.
49.3%.
49.3. So there are more men than there are women. Is
As
that what
of
they're saying?
2026, the global population is roughly split, with males accounting for approximately 50.26%, 4.17 billion, and females 49.74%, 4.13 billion. So yeah, you got a point
So it's
something
about
percent.
50-50.
Okay, can you look in America then? Can you look up America?
Just
What's the
America.
percentage of men to women?
Across the board is a roughly is close. It's close.
That's what I was really confused about.
I'm
I'm missing her
surprised that
point.
there are more males.
Where she's going with it, because women only account for 12% of violent crimes in America.
I'm still
So
why?
if we have 49%. We are half of the population, and we only account for 12% of violent crimes.
Of convicted violent crimes. Hold on.
Okay, but
Let's
hold on, wait a
specify
minute.
that.
Just to
Of
answer a
convicted
question real quick.
violent
United
crimes.
States, as a recent U.S. Data, 50%, 50.5%, or 50.9% is female, and 49.5% is male. Actually, so it's different
Oh
in the United
shit! I didn't
States.
know that.
That's
I learned
crazy.
something new today.
Are we
So
dying? Are
in
we?
the U.S., because that's what I have been hearing, and the statistics that I've been looking at, they do say that there are more women in the U.S. than there are men.
Yeah,
So
that's facts.
with that being said, if 1 in 5, okay, that was global. Can anyone, Sharon, do you have the numbers for what it is in America as far as like women that are going through this? How many women it is, or
It said 1 in 3 last time I checked.
This is roughly
1 in 4? Okay, so if one in
So
three
it
women,
increased. Yeah.
whew, so if 1 in 3 women are experiencing this from men, and there are more men than there are women, then that would mean that there are more men who are doing this to women than what women are even speaking on, or that y'all are even aware of.
You
With
conflated this
Okay,
because
hold on.
America, like
No,
you
no,
said,
no.
there's more
Wait. Hey,
women here than
KT, hold up.
men.
Hold up, KT. I got this one. Hold up. Give me a second, bro. You know what? I agree with you. So now here's where here's where your numbers become skewed, because part of those 1 in 3, 72% of those have said that their assault was to be spoken to by someone that they didn't want spoken to them.
Or
Right?
looked at a certain way type shit.
Or being looked at a way that they did not acknowledge or approve of, even if it was in passing. So again, now you have to start looking at major issues in this and why those numbers are skewed the way
Why
that
are you
they are.
minimizing the assault?
Again,
Why
Because
are
y'all
you
wait a
just said
minute.
minimizing the
I
I
assault?
love
were
how you just said
intimidated by Josh
minimizing.
doing. Hold up, y'all just said
That's
y'all were
crazy.
intimidated because Josh was just doing push-ups. That's harass. If y'all
That's
go to
crazy.
the court, y'all
That's
can literally say that,
harassment.
and
Hold
that
on a
still be.
second.
It will. If
Wait
they
a
say
second.
he's done something to make me feel
Nah, y'all crazy, bro.
threatened.
I have a really simple question that would actually smash all of this. The things that you are minimizing, that you're saying, okay, these women are saying that this is how they were spoken to or how they were looked at. If your daughter came to you and told you this man spoke to her this way, this man looked at her this way, are you going to defend that man and tell her, well, maybe it was you, maybe you were imagining things?
Wait a minute.
Is
So
this what
now,
you're going to
since you're
do?
still trying to put words in my mouth,
I
how
ha-
about we don't do that?
I
How
didn't
about we
put
don't
any
do
words in
that?
your mouth. I asked you a question. I'm asking a question. I can't put words in the mouth when I'm asking a question.
Okay, well then your question is jaded and wrong. How about asking
How
a
is my
question that actually
question
can give
jaded
it?
and wrong?
Because here's what you just asked me. Hey, keep in mind, if my 9-year-old daughter came up to me and said, "Hey, this man just looked at me strangely," am I going to defend that man? That is a very loaded question because that's not what that is. I'm not gonna say, no, Martin, this what it is, that's you just got sexually assaulted because that sounds fucking stupid. Yeah,
What?
now that's
Man,
my
I
answer to
will
that
whoop his
dumbass
ass.
question.
What is you
God
talking
damn,
about?
dog. That's a stupid ass question.
Would you look at that man as dangerous?
I will whoop his ass. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Hold up.
doesn't change the stats.
Hold on. After she said that, would you look at that man as dangerous?
I'm going to ask. No, I'm going to ask
Stop.
specifically. Okay, hold on. Go, KJ.
No. After she said that, she came to you and said that happened. Are you going to look at that man as dangerous?
If my daughter just said anything, just looked at her with no specificity, I am not going to immediately assume danger. I'm going to then inquire into what do you mean by that? And if she says, yeah, well, he looked me up and down, then the danger level rises because I'm like, why is he looking at a 9-year-old like that? Hold on. But if he's like, oh, I walked by and he turned his head and looked at me and kept going, I'm going to be like, yeah, he was probably just acknowledging the fact that you were there because that is also a thing. This is the conversation that we're not having. Y'all are saying that if that man, hold on.
No. You want to add things to the conversation. That's fine. And we allowed it. Lorena gave you very specifics.
Right. And her specific didn't.
With that very specific thing that she gave you, are you going to look at that man as dangerous?
If that man, hell yeah, if a man looks at my daughter like a sexual object, yeah, I'm going to be offended. But that's a loaded fucking question. Sharon, stop pretending you don't know English.
Hold on, please. Hold on. That is point proven. That's what the communication that we keep missing is happening, right? Is that simply you're somebody that a female that you feel like you are in protection of, come to you and they felt danger about how a man's presence was, you are going to react as if that man is dangerous. That is what we are communicating.
So you can't minimize it for another female just because she's not your daughter. And that's what I keep hearing you do. You're minimizing it for other females.
No, y'all are maximizing it to every man. That's what y'all doing. Y'all are maximizing it to the majority of men, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Nobody's trying to minimize that it happens to women. And that's what's so ridiculous about this argument.
Hold on, Keon. You said it too. You said, yeah, that's a danger. You said it as well.
Y'all gave us a dangerous situation.
And there's nothing wrong with that because that is what naturally happens when you are that's just what it is.
But I get it. So if nobody wants a snake in your garden, period. So I get it. But it's just like that's not.
You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do because this is just crazy to me. This is crazy to me.
And I have a question.
This is just, I don't understand. Like even when y'all agree, y'all still try to find a way to. I don't know. I
Yes,
They
don't
I
should
get it.
just
agree.
tell us how to
Oh man,
distinguish
it's just
between
because
the
I'm
dangerous
smart,
ones
brother.
and
I'm
the
sorry.
real ones, right? So just tell us how to distinguish between the dangerous ones and the not dangerous ones.
You
But
I
Diva,
want
we
some
can.
can't do
rules.
that
Okay,
with
hold on,
100%
hold on,
Oh,
You
y'all.
okay.
Hold
Well,
on.
certainty.
then
can.
shut
We're gonna
up.
go one at a time. Hold on, because that's a question that was brought up earlier as well. We didn't get to it, so this way we could move forward because the the amount of trying to soften the blow is absolutely ridiculous. So we got Shadow, KT, and Keon. We're gonna start with Keon. He seems like the calmest one today. We're gonna start with him. And then we go to KT, and then we go to Shadow. Hopefully by the time we get to Shadow, he's a little bit more calm. So
After that.
Keon, how can we tell who is the dangerous man and who is not the dangerous man? Go ahead, Keon.
You can't. I'll keep it short. You can't.
Okay, thank
From
you. Go
Keon,
ahead.
the
You
list
can't.
white.
Go ahead, KT to go. Can you
You
answer the
can't.
question? How can you tell the dangerous one from the non-dangerous one?
You can't.
You can't.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Okay, Shadow the Time Wise. How can you this is fucking insane. How Shadow, how can you tell the dangerous man from the non-dangerous man?
You can't with 100% certainty.
Okay, it don't gotta be 100%.
I mean, there's
If that's the
Crazy
if
thing, well,
that's
you
that
can look for
name.
question,
signs.
hold on,
What you
wait a
mean? It
Okay.
minute,
doesn't have
Diva.
to be
Hold on, hold
100%.
on. Okay, if that
Hold on.
changes your
Let's
answer, that's
reset.
fine.
Yeah.
We'll circle back around. That's fine. We can circle back around. Go ahead, Shadow.
Actually, there are some pretty standard qualities of adult males that if they have them, you can kind of assume that if they're helpful in general, if they actually have a positive disposition, if they're not inherently jaded when you're speaking to them. Like there's some ways to actually tell that people who are typically more optimistic do have a lower likely chance of being, as Diva calls them, deviants.
Wait a minute, but the serial killers, that's how they're able to get people to trust them, right? If you ask anybody about Ted Bundy, he was super charming, positive, optimistic. And when he got him in the car, he took him somewhere and killed him. So what?
I
That's
So
think
why
I
you
because
think
think?
there's
he,
So
no
why?
but
So
he's
wait
an
a minute. So
I
Okay,
think
PhD.
he's an
Then
hold
why
on,
you
outlier.
y'all.
why
Hold
you think
on.
that
Let
I
them
have so
have
much
their own.
criticism for you then?
Hold on.
Because
Let them have. Hold
okay, all
on.
right,
Let them
all
have
right.
their own conversation first
All right.
before we add other voices in. Go ahead,
So Diva,
Shadow.
while I agree about Ted Bundy, but I believe Ted Bundy is even an outlier to that because most people, when they talk about serial killers, you can tell that when they have the conversation about them, they had underlying factors that supported that behavior could have been a possibility. Even though we get a lot of those, well, we would have never seen this coming. And then
Right.
they go looking into their history, and then you see these identifying factors of, hey,
Okay.
actually, that does kind of make sense now.
But you said optimistic and a good disposition, and many of them have that, right? So now you can't then say, "Oh, but look at all this, and this." Right? If that's the case, then you should have told us that on the front end. The
No,
other
that's fair.
thing is, uh, what's a con man?
a
A
man
person
who
that knows
cons.
everything about you and he can trick you because you give him a list of what you don't like so then he can be everything that you
Oh,
do like.
oh my
That's a
God!
con man. That's why I say that this is ridiculous. You're giving me all the things that you don't like so I can be what you do like so I
He's
can
still
come in
on
and
the
get you.
list. He's
I
still
can
mad
come
at
in
the
and get you.
list.
All I gotta
He's
do is
still
just
mad
change
at
my
the
name.
list.
I gotta change my name,
Yeah,
cut my
but you
hair.
already had it, so we know
All I
you're a
gotta do.
degenerate,
That's all I
right?
gotta do, and I
Most
can
people aren't
take you.
All right,
doing
hold
that.
on, hold on, hold on,
Okay,
hold
can
on,
we
hold
move
on.
back to Shadow?
Okay,
Because
hold
he
on,
just
hold
be
on,
wanting
hold
my
on.
attention.
Hold on,
I
y'all.
do. You
All right,
right.
hold on.
I know.
Hold on. We gave Shadow a chance. He couldn't answer it.
Oh, no,
Well,
but I was
he
asking
gave an
Shadow what a
answer.
con man is.
Okay, go
A
ahead,
con,
Shadow.
a
Huh?
con man, in short, is a man who, a
No, what does
person.
con man mean?
Con man is somebody who can commit a con, deception,
What is con short
deceptive
for?
tactics. Con, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. What is con short for?
Confidence. It's called a confidence man. And you know why
Really?
it's called a confidence man? Yes, because he is charismatic enough, positive enough to get you to buy into what he's saying and trust him to be able to screw you on the back end, right? And so comments uh, are up under what we call sociopaths, right? So the serial killers are psychopaths, but the con men are sociopaths. And they are always positive and optimistic, which is how they get people to buy into what they're saying. So again, that's
Wait,
not a
Diva,
good
is it
indicator.
confident or confidence? Like somebody you would like a
Sit,
confidant.
confidence, man.
Okay. So, all right. So, so you know what? I'm gonna do this because I know the other brothers cannot answer that. I got a new lady onto the panel. Before I bring it back to that conversation, because I don't want to get derailed before Muse get the chance to say her piece. Welcome to the show, Muse.
Oh, baby mama.
Hey, good day, everybody.
Good day
Um,
to you.
What's up,
I
man?
just want to chime in right quick. It never ceases to amaze me the level of denial that people experience on these panels. And I think it's important for us to know when we're triggered by a thing, right? I'm
Mm,
not sure why people are having such a hard time conceding to the fact that men are dangerous. Humans all have the potential to be dangerous, but why are we disregarding the level of physical threat that men pose in comparison to women?
Because I don't know. I just feel like men choose, a lot of men choose not to be that the danger that women look at us as. Because I don't disagree with you that again, how we were born biologically, we do oppose a threat. I don't disagree with that, but there's just a lot of us
Right.
who don't even look at that way. Like we don't look.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Check it though, Key. This is where people start personalizing, right? Like I ain't the type of nigga like, yeah, I could have mushed that bitch in the face, but I didn't. Like that ain't even what the conversation is about. Like this the thing for like the fathers who have daughters, right? Typically, right? Because I know my daddy taught me not to what well, listen, my daddy taught me that men are a threat, right? I can understand how people would feel away and feel demonized, quote unquote demonized. Like I get it, but even when y'all look at the numbers that y'all been talking about, like why is it still this level of denial? And then it's the women do it too, the women do it too. Let's be clear, women have a potential to be dangerous, but if we're looking at biological aspects, socialization, like men express anger in more of a direct way, right? Like women are changing a bit now because of the times, but historically, right? Women have been conditioned to express our anger indirectly. You know what I'm saying? Like relational type aggression. You feel me? Like, and so that's where you get the whole thing, women are manipulative, blah, 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 blah. We
mm,
typically express our anger in different ways. We're becoming more overt now because times are changing. But historically, why are we denying that men lean to dominance? We hear about the dominance when men want to talk about humping around and having more than one partner and not being monogamous and all that. Like men can lean to biology and all that kind of stuff when they want to talk about things that suit them. But now when it's on the table in regards to men being a huge physical threat to women in many different ways and also to other men, right? And then children, like to the world in general, historically, why are people denying that? So I'll leave it there, but that's kind of where I wanted to chime in. I'm gonna go ahead and drop back down. I might tap back in a little bit later,
Ah
but thank you for
man.
having me. Ciao, bye, Key.
welcome. Also, let me welcome into the show, Cyber Dreams. I got you. The other people that's on the panel, I got you. I'm gonna get to each one of y'all. Go ahead, Cyber Dreams.
Mic check, mic check.
Sound good. I
Good
think.
good morning, good evening, Mr. Bracy. Hello, Miss PhD, Diva, all the ladies on the
What's up,
panel.
Cyber?
I'm giving my duty to shout out to all the ladies.
Hello,
Anyways,
Cyber.
Hey, Cyber.
as a woman, I think I'm always preaching situation awareness for the last 3 years since I've been on YouTube. I think all women and children should assume that all men are dangerous, whether they're your family members. Um,
Mm,
there's nothing wrong with that. We can have respect, right? But we should always assume that all men are dangerous. For example, I have a 6-year-old child. If my daughter does not be alone with my father, nor alone long periods of time with my brothers or my uncles or anything like that, because I have situational awareness. Because all men, I assume, are dangerous, whether they're your family members, and we have the receipts across the board, across history, that men have proven time and time again that they are dangerous. So as for women, when we say men are dangerous, I'm going to say it. All men. I assume all men are dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had a daughter, I'd probably be like that too, at least with her. That, you know.
No, I got a daughter, and I still don't assume that. I wanted to ask real quick, for real. Okay, Sharon pointed out earlier, 650 million women in the world in total who's like had this experience. It's over 4 billion women in the world. So, like, even by that metric, less than 17% of women have this experience worldwide. I'm just saying, does it not seem kind of crazy to
No,
base your
hold
worldview
on.
about?
No, see, this is a problem. That's this year.
About
That's from 20, hold on. That's from 2025.
See, but he
Hold on,
2026
no.
isn't done yet.
So
The year
this way you
doesn't
can
process
understand
till
the
the end.
gravity of what he's trying to minimalize. That's
I'm not
from the
minimalizing. I'm literally
hold
saying what
on.
it is.
That is from 2025.
What year is this?
2025.
Last year.
No, I'm saying what year is this?
Oh,
Like this is the next year, right? And they don't put out statistics to the end of the year typically because they're like year-round stats.
nah, brother, come on, bro.
What
I
about
don't
all
think
of
you understand. Hold on, please. I don't think you understand the gravity of that number in 1 year. I don't think you understand that. It's not possible that you understand that gravity.
Oh, you're saying that 17% of women in 2025 alone. Oh, wow, that's even worse because that's only what they reported. But do you know how many go unreported?
Less
Right.
than male. Yeah, less than males. It's a lot of crimes.
Yo, this is
Okay, but that's up to y'all.
He
And
got to
so
get
what?
that nigga.
It's a defense for me,
Less
man.
than
Like, y'all
males.
should be
So what? Who
lawyers
cares?
across
We
this
don't care.
board because it's a defense.
Are we going to also talk about the 83% of lesbian relationships that also have domestic violence and SA? I mean, if we're going to keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck.
Right. Two
Well, how
women
many?
fighting each other. Hold on. Two women fighting each other is very different than a man and a woman fighting. Would you agree to that?
This is crazy to me.
No. Would you agree to that, Shadow?
I can't do this shit today.
Oh, now he ain't got shit to say. Okay, let me help you not have shit to say for the rest of the day, bitch. Oh, you already dropped his ass down.
Oh my God. Diva, this is crazy to me.
Shadow is a degenerate.
This
A degenerate Christian, which most of them are.
I don't understand how they don't understand the gravity of that stat. You know any final thoughts, Diva? I can't do that shit. This is crazy.
Bye, y'all.
Nothing wrong with being.
Hype me up.
Let me